Chapter 892. Phoenix Academy's 3 military marquis had displayed his extraordinary strength. Many people believed that they wouldn't be able to block this saber strike, that it wasn't something that they could block. This saber strike contained the power of a sharp weapon. It was not inferior to the might of a magnificent army. The imposing aura of the Xiantian realm suppressed the enemy. This was a double attack. Brat, let's see how you're going to block this. The 3 military marquis was like a deity descending from the heavens. How dare a brat from the Elysium compete with him? Senior brother, 3 military marquis, has improved greatly. He can suppress the invincible king of the Elysium in one move. Our Phoenix Academy is already qualified to compete for the number 1 academy in the northern region. Senior brother, 3 military marquis, can suppress him and let them know who is the strongest. Their Elysium has fallen behind. The disciples on the back of the huge phoenix could almost see the defeat of the Elysium's disciples. The trip to the 9 secluded secret realm had increased their strength. Compared to the Holy Heaven Academy that had suffered a crushing defeat, it had unknowingly increased their arrogance. Brat Lin, aren't you called the Invincible King? It would be best if you die in his hands. Maybe Elder Feng Laitian will reward me then. Elder Fei Yang thought, facing the tyrannical attack. Lin Fei shook his head slightly. It was a strike that could crush an innate. The Elysium is the number 1 academy in the northern region. Trash academies like you don't have the right to speak so arrogantly. Let me teach you a lesson and let you know the true strength of the Elysium. Lin Fei threw out a big hat, and the demon god's hand slapped out, hitting the blade of the black long saber. Whoosh! The black saber slammed down and shattered into pieces. How did you break my saber? The 3 military marquis was shocked. Even a low-level perfected golden celestial wouldn't be able to block it easily. But that brat broke it so easily. Low-level martial arts and abilities? So mediocre. The demon god's hand grabbed the 3 military marquis and lifted him in front of himself. He slapped him with his left hand, causing his teeth to explode and blood to flow down. Let go of senior brother, 3 military marquis. A spear came from the back of the phoenix. It was Lu Yong, the Spear King. He had obtained some fortune in 9 secluded secret realm, and his strength had increased greatly. Go! Lin Fei spat out a mouthful of air, causing a black tornado to sweep forward, dragging the Spear King into it. With the force of 10,000 dragons, Lu Yong, a king-conferred genius, was sliced apart like a knife. A few breaths later, he was reduced to a skeleton. Senior Lu Yong is dead. On the back of the phoenix, everyone was dumbfounded. Then they were filled with extreme anger. They were unable to accept the fact that the 3 marquis had been defeated. Now Lu Yong had attacked, and he had been killed with a single breath. How could there be such a terrifying attack? Lin Fei had killed a king-conferred genius in a single breath. The one who was the most shocked was none other than Elder Fei Yang. He had been plotting against Lin Fei, but upon seeing that Lin Fei had killed the king-conferred genius Lu Yong, Elder Fei Yang cursed in his heart. Lin Fei, how dare you kill our academy's king-ranked genius? How dare you? Elder Mu's anger soared to the heavens, and he almost spat out a mouthful of blood. He had lost a king-ranked genius right before his eyes. It was as if he had been slapped in the face. How was he supposed to explain this to his superiors? Old fool, it's just a disciple that died. He only has himself to blame. Lin Fei flicked his fingernails, as if he didn't care at all. Smelly brat, hurry up and release the 3 marquis. The disciples on the back of the Phoenix Academy were all afraid of Lin Fei's strength. Despicable brat, why haven't you released the 3 marquis yet? Restrain yourself and accept our Phoenix Academy's judgment. Elder Mu listed Lin Fei as his number 1 enemy. He could tell that this Lin Fei was extraordinary. Killing a king-conferred genius in a single breath was something that had never happened before. Are you sure you won't regret it if I release him? Lin Fei smiled. Elder Mu had never seen such an arrogant disciple before. This elder will give you 3 breaths of time to release the 3 Marquis. The 3 Marquis' neck was grabbed. The demonic hand was like an iron hoop, and he was unable to struggle free. Elder Mu's threat only served to fuel his arrogance. Brat, you're dead for sure. This Marquis will remember this grudge. One day, I will trample you beneath my feet so that you will never be able to rise again. Ha ha ha, trample me? Lin Fei laughed heartily. He opened his mouth and spat out a black storm. This Marquis is the 3 Marquis. You can't kill me, you can't kill me. Ah, my Marquis family will never let you off. With a single breath, everything on the 3 Marquis' body was blown away, revealing another pile of bones. 3 Marquis. Elder Mu staggered and almost fell from the sky. He could only watch helplessly as a genius of the Phoenix Academy fell. Elder Feiyang, this disciple has already killed these 2 geniuses according to your instructions. This kind of person who disregards the Phoenix Academy will not have a good ending. Lin Fei suddenly turned around and said to Elder Feiyang. Hua, a gaze landed directly on Elder Feiyang's figure. This bastard. Elder Feiyang originally wanted to use a borrowed knife to kill his opponent. Who would have thought that Lin Fei possessed such terrifying strength? With a single breath, he killed a king-conferred genius and another genius? Elder Mu, there will always be casualties in a spar. There's no need to get angry. Elder Feiyang had been cornered by Lin Fei. He had no choice but to stop Elder Mu. After all, he couldn't let Elder Mu make a move. How hateful! Elder Mu hated the fact that the Divine Heaven Academy had hidden such a genius disciple. Based on the previous method, it wouldn't be a problem for Lin Fei to kill a low-level Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal. He was truly a king-conferred genius. He even thought that the death of the other inner disciples of the Divine Heaven Academy might not be as important as the death of Lin Fei. Good. Elder Feiyang, this elder will remember this grudge. Elder Mu's venomous gaze landed on Lin Fei. Our Phoenix Academy will remember you. In the future, there will be a day when we meet again. Lin Fei said indifferently, I'm afraid that day will become your nightmare. Let's go. Elder Mu was afraid that he wouldn't be able to control his anger and make a move against Lin Fei. If Elder Feiyang wasn't here, there was nothing to fear. But once he made a move, Elder Feiyang would come out to stop him. Adding on the fact that Lin Fei could kill a low-level Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal. All the disciples of the Phoenix Academy might perish here. It wasn't worth it. Lin Fei, who allowed you to kill them. After Elder Mu left, Elder Feiyang's face turned black. Do you know how much trouble you have brought to the Academy? Lin Fei revealed a wronged expression. Elder, you didn't even warn me. Of course, I was heavy-handed. You can't blame me for this. Elder Feiyang's old face twitched. This Lin Fei was simply a good-for-nothing. At this moment, Elder Feiyang didn't dare to do anything to Lin Fei. Even he was starting to fear Lin Fei's terrifying strength, killing a Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal with a single breath. Let's go back. Elder Feiyang coldly snorted, expressing his dissatisfaction. Back to the other side. Elder Mu's old face turned dark. They had lost 2 genius disciples in a row. In the future, they might even have a chance to break through to the Immortal King realm. The Phoenix Academy might even become the #1 academy in the northern region. Just what is the background of this Lin Fei? His cultivation isn't high, but his battle prowess is freakish. It makes one's heart palpitate. Elder Mu clenched his teeth. No, this matter must be reported immediately. With such cultivation and battle prowess, there is too much room for improvement. This person must be killed. He cannot be allowed to grow. Elder Mu swiftly made his decision. He could see from Lin Fei that an expert was slowly rising in the future. Even the Phoenix Academy couldn't take a single step forward because of this. It's a pity that I didn't have the chance to act earlier. If I could, I would have killed him just now. Elder Mu was truly unwilling, but there was no other way. Now that things had come to this, he could only return and discuss how to kill this genius. A few days later, Lin Fei and his group had finally returned to the Elysium Academy. Majestic mountain peaks, bird song, fragrant flowers, hundreds of beasts roaming about. It was like the land of immortals. Lin Fei, you can leave now. Elder Feiyang had long wanted to send Lin Fei away. Even if he didn't say it, Lin Fei was already prepared to leave. Who asked him to not have a good impression of Elder Feiyang? Elder Feiyang, Lin Fei, the first elder requests your presence. An immortal monarch elder flew over the moment they returned. When he mentioned Lin Fei's name, he wore a smile. Elder Qin, may I know why the first elder has summoned you? Elder Feiyang's heart skipped a beat. He knew that the first elder was an extremely inflexible person. I don't know, Elder Qin replied. If the two of you have nothing else, let's go together. Lin Fei was also shocked in his heart. The first elder is summoning me? Could it be that my reward has arrived? Lin Fei was still very concerned about the Academy's rewards. He was almost done gathering the materials for the fourth refinement God-Fiend body. Once his God-Fiend body reached the fourth refinement, his defense would increase once again. At the same time, he would be able to obtain the God-Fiend Great Divine Power. Sky City, the Academy's inner court. In front of a majestic palace, there were several tall and lifelike statues erected. There were no less than a dozen of them. When Lin Fei appeared here, he was immediately stimulated by the statues before him. Even though the statues before him did not possess any life force, Lin Fei could vaguely sense that they were powerful existences when they were alive. Even the current Lin Fei was no match for them. Elder Qin, these statues? Lin Fei asked. Elder Qin smiled and said, these statues aren't actually statues, but corpses. The corpses of the immortal kings that have fallen in our divine Heaven Academy. Every single one of them made great contributions to the Academy. Ah, Lin Fei couldn't help but be shocked. No wonder I sensed a powerful aura from them. So every single one of them was a supreme immortal king expert. All right, you can go and understand this kind of thing in the future. Now follow me in. Elder Qin walked into the palace. Chapter 893. As soon as Lin Fei returned to Elysium, he was immediately summoned by the Grand Elder and received great attention. Elysium Grand Palace. After walking into the Grand Palace, the sun and moon alternated, and the stars were in the sky, vast and boundless. Inside the palace, there was a supreme formation set up, imitating an endless world of stars, the many stars shining resplendently. Starry sky. As soon as Lin Fei stepped into the Grand Palace, he felt like he was in a dream, and his mind calmed down. Grand Elder. In the endless starry world, a figure stood casually, as if he had merged with the endless starry world, far away and yet close at hand, unfathomable. Kid Lin, this is a great expert, a real great expert. I suspect that he has already become an immortal king, and in front of us he is just a projection. Even a projection can sweep away all zenith heaven golden deities. The river crab demon exclaimed, Immortal king? Lin Fei thought, you guys are here. An extremely distant voice came from the figure, followed by endless pressure, and the pores all over his body stood up. Danger, very dangerous. After seeing the immortal emperor in action, this power was nothing. Greetings, Grand Elder, the three said in unison. You are Lin Fei, the invincible king, conferred by the great emperor. A calm voice echoed in the starry sky. Lin Fei's pupils shrank, and a pair of endless eyes covered every corner of the starry sky, as if they were going to pierce through him, as if he had taken off his clothes and appeared in front of others. In the blink of an eye, Lin Fei felt like 10,000 years had passed. Grand Elder, This disciple is indeed Lin Fei. Lin Fei replied, Grand Elder, I have something to say. Elder Feiyang stood up and said with a hint of complacency in his eyes, Speak. First Elder, what I'm trying to say is that junior brother Lin Fei's killing intent is too great. It was supposed to be a friendly spar between the two hulls, but junior brother Lin Fei ended up killing the other party in front of everyone, bringing shame to our academy. Thus, I believe that it's best that we teach junior brother Lin Fei a lesson. Elder Feiyang said with a straight face, Fuck, you despicable person, preparing to kill me in front of everyone. I will remember you. Lin Fei cursed. This Elder Feiyang was indeed not a good person, complaining to the Grand Elder the moment they met. Elder Feiyang had calculated the first Elder's temperament. Of course he would report Lin Fei. Although the Holy Heaven Academy was the #1 academy in the Northern region, the Phoenix Academy was the #2 academy in the Northern region, and there were signs of them vying for the #1 position. Although everyone knew about this, they still maintained a friendly appearance on the surface. With a single move, Lin Fei killed 2 geniuses, one of whom was a conferred king. This was no less than a slap to the face of the Phoenix Academy, and it would greatly affect the development of the Holy Heaven Academy. Falling out? That was an extremely likely possibility. Therefore, Elder Feiyang was certain that Lin Fei would win. Punish him? Even if he didn't die, he would still lose a layer of skin, not to mention the Grand Elder. Lin Fei, speak. The Grand Elder's tone was unhurried, without any change in tone. Damn it, old thing, I will remember you. Lin Fei thought in his heart, I don't know the Grand Elder, and I have no idea what his temper is. How should I reply? Lin Fei's mind raced as he tried to think of an answer. Dupe? The Grand Elder was obviously not someone easy to dupe. Little brother Fei, this Grand Elder of yours is an antique who has lived for hundreds of thousands of years. If I'm not wrong, his reputation is more important than anything else. Therefore, as long as you speak confidently, the Grand Elder will definitely not punish you. Thank you, Sister Hu, for the reminder. I understand. Hu Mei's words made Lin Fei feel enlightened, and he finally knew how to reply to the Grand Elder. Rotten antique. Junior brother Lin Fei, are you speechless? Elder Feiyang said, Our academy and Phoenix Academy have always maintained a friendly relationship. Do you know how much trouble you will bring to the academy by killing and crippling a king? Elder Feiyang continued to oppose. Elder Qin, who was standing beside Lin Fei, had a slight change in expression. Bullshit. Suddenly, Lin Fei raised his head and laughed loudly. Grand Elder, look at him. He still dares to speak vulgarities. Lin Fei extended his hand and pointed at Elder Feiyang. Elder Feiyang, this disciple respects you as an elder. However, it's a pity that you are not an elder in the eyes of this disciple. You are bringing shame to Divine Heaven Academy. Disciple is a disciple of Divine Academy, but what is Divine Academy? Do you know? The #1 academy of the Northern region, one of the top 4 academies in Heaven Realm. What is a mere Phoenix Academy? So what if they kill 1 or 2 of their king? Those who are unconvinced, look down on Divine Academy will all be beaten to death. If 1 isn't enough, then 100. If 100 isn't enough, then 1,000, 10,000, until they are convinced. The honor of Divine Academy is not to be blasphemed. If disciple is in the wrong, disciple will plead guilty. Grand Elder, please punish me. Grand Elder, did you hear what he said? What's the point of fighting and killing a boorish fellow? Enough. The Grand Elder coldly snorted, interrupting Elder Feiyang's words. In the star, the Grand Elder turned around. With a single step, he felt like he had crossed millions of miles. Feiyang, you have disappointed me. The Grand Elder turned around and spoke to Elder Feiyang. Elder Feiyang's expression sank, and he lowered his head with a rare fear. I am also doing this for the Academy. You are indeed doing this for the Academy, But it is precisely this method that makes our divine academy seem weak, like a delicate lady. Do you think it's useful?" The Grand Elder's eyes were like stars, as if he was recalling something. Killing is the path for the academy to grow stronger. Back then, when the great emperor established the academy, there were many people who were dissatisfied with the academy and tried to stop the rise of the academy. Under the rage of the great emperor, he single-handedly fought against all the experts in the world, annihilating their sects, destroying their foundations, and annihilating dozens of great clans and sections. How could this be? Elder Feiyang cried bitterly in his heart. The plan was out of his expectations. "Lin Fei, you have done well," the Grand Elder said. "You have the demeanor of a great emperor." A mere Phoenix Academy thought that they could rise to the heavens with a single step just because they had some gains in the 9 secluded secret realm. You killed their genius. This matter is just right. A mere king is nothing. However, since you killed their people, the representative of Phoenix Academy will come and hold you accountable. What do you say? Chapter 894. P.S. It's Lunar New Year's Eve. I wish everyone a Happy New Year and everything goes well. In the coming year, you'll have a wife, money, and whatever you want. Thank you for supporting me for a long year. I'd like to thank everyone once again. The first elder summoned me, and Elder Feiyang tried to cause trouble, but Lin Fei easily solved the problem. At least, with the first elder's approval, he wouldn't be in a difficult position for the time being. The process seemed simple, but it was actually extremely dangerous. The first elder was an influential figure in the Holy Heaven Academy. He was not inferior to an official in the imperial court, and his power was overwhelming. With Hu Mei's advice, Lin Fei finally solved the problem. He could finally put down a huge rock in his heart and let out a sigh of relief. With the first elder not holding him accountable, Lin Fei had nothing to worry about. If they weren't in the palace, Lin Fei would definitely slap Elder Feiyang to death in the Holy Heaven Academy. Even if he wasn't slapped to death, a beating would be unavoidable. You have guts. Our academy needs hot-blooded geniuses like you. When facing difficulties, you shouldn't choose to avoid them. You must face them head-on. The first elder seemed to be very satisfied with Lin Fei's reply. The first elder actually praised Lin Fei. Elder Feiyang roared in his heart. This was not in line with the first elder's character. It was rare for the first elder to praise someone. Once the first elder intervened, even the head sect leader would have to give him some face. Now that there was a hint of praise in his tone, even if it wasn't a compliment, it meant that he thought highly of Lin Fei. Because of this, Lin Fei would become the talk of the academy. Unfortunately, Elder Feiyang didn't dare to say anything at this moment, nor was he qualified to say anything. Lin Fei said, "This is what a disciple should do." Whoosh, the first elder waved his hand, and a wave of energy enveloped Lin Fei and Feiyang, and they left the palace. In another palace in Sky City, at this moment, a few elders were entertaining a group of people. This group of people looked angry, and they seemed to be difficult to deal with. "Quickly call that brat Lin Fei out. We need an explanation." "That's right. My disciple died in an unexplainable way. If you don't give me an explanation, I won't let this matter rest." A tall and sturdy man glared with murderous intent. This person was the master of the 3 Marquis, Immortal Lord Ku Mu. Although the 3 Armies Marquis wasn't a king-rank genius, he had the backing of a noble clan. He wasn't someone that just anyone could ignore. Back then, Immortal Lord Ku Mu received a favor from the Marquis family, so he became a golden celestial of the great, all-embracing heaven. After becoming a celestial lord, he took in the Marquis as his disciple and taught him all the techniques he knew. This time, Immortal Ku Mu had put in a lot of effort to go to the 9 secluded secret realm for the 3 military Marquis. Who would have thought that he would be killed on the way back? Once the news spread, Immortal Lord Ku Mu was enraged. He personally came to seek justice. "Everyone, please don't be impatient. We will definitely give you an explanation for this matter." The person who received them was an elder, and he said expressionlessly, "Humph, we've been waiting for such a long time. Why haven't we seen that Lin Fei? Are you purposely keeping him here?" An old man harumphed coldly. The temperature of the surroundings dropped rapidly, as if it were a world of ice and snow. The man was none other than Elder Fan Zhen, who was the representative of the Phoenix Academy to condemn Lin Fei. He was quite famous in the northern region, and had joined the Phoenix Academy in the end, granting him great authority. "Elder Fan, pay attention to where you are." Whoosh! With this one sentence, the cold land completely melted. First Elder, Xue Shi San. A few people appeared in the hall. The one who spoke was First Elder Xue Shi San. "First Elder." The other elders in the hall blurted out. Fan Zhen's eyes flickered with a hint of fear. "Elder Xue, it's been a while. I didn't expect your strength to improve so much." Of course I did. Otherwise, how could I suppress your Phoenix Academy?" To everyone's surprise, the first elder's words were like a slap to his face, causing him to feel extremely uncomfortable. This Xue Shi San is so old-fashioned. He's still the same as before, like a rock in a latrine pit, smelly and winning. The words spoken by the first elder sound like a commoner. Fan Zhen said, "Humph, Elder Xue, you should know why we're here today." Fan Zhen said in a cold tone, "Your disciple, Lin Fei, must give us an explanation for his ruthlessness." Fan Zhen was familiar with the first elder's personality. Thus, he did not want to waste his breath. He wanted the first elder to hand over Lin Fei and give them an explanation. "Elder Fan, that young man is Lin Fei. He's ruthless. Lu Yong, the Marquis, was killed by him," Elder Mu reminded. Elder Mu didn't have it easy this time. 2 geniuses had died, and one of them was a king-conferred genius. When he returned to the academy, he was punished by the higher-ups. Fortunately, he had some gains in the 9 Nether Pocket realm. It could be said that Elder Mu bore a grudge against Lin Fei in his heart. If it wasn't for this kid, he would have obtained a great reward this time. He wouldn't have had to suffer the coldness of everyone. All of this was because of Lin Fei. "Little thief." Immortal Ku Mu's eyes narrowed, and a cold light shot out. The power of the law turned into threads and shot at Lin Fei on the spot. "First Elder, I can handle this. Leave it to me." Lin Fei knew very well that this first elder was an old-fashioned person who valued the academy. As long as he performed well, it would be like having a backer. Even if he didn't have a backer, as long as he didn't make things difficult for him, he would be satisfied. At this time, he had to show off. A trace of surprise flashed in the first elder's deep eyes. "Not bad. You have guts. However, you should know that Immortal Ku Mu has cultivated 70% of the power of death. He is a high-level immortal lord. Are you confident that you can withstand him?" "I never speak without thinking," Lin Fei said very seriously. "Then I'll leave today's matter to you." The first elder smiled. From the first time he saw Lin Fei, the first elder was simply because he killed 2 geniuses and wanted to see the king-conferred genius conferred by the great emperor. At that time, the first elder had an impression of Lin Fei, but now, Lin Fei's words deepened the first elder's impression. There were very few people who dared to face a high-level immortal lord, especially when the opponent was only in the Xian immortal realm. The difference between the realms was huge. No matter what the result was, the first elder wouldn't let Lin Fei get hurt. Lin Fei flicked his finger, and the power of death turned into threads and shot out. They were both power of death and exploded. "What? This is the power of the law." When Lin Fei flicked his finger and displayed the power of the law, all the elders were shocked. PFFF, Immortal Lord Ku Mu's power of death exploded. He couldn't stop the other party's power of death, and it directly rushed in front of him, trying to cut him up. "Damn it! Why do you have the power of death?" Seeing Lin Fei's realm, immortal Lord Ku used the power of the law, trying to kill him. Who would have thought that the other party had hidden his strength so deeply, using the power of the law, and even defeating his power of the law? He had 70% of the power of the law. How could a Xian immortal kid surpass him? Immortal Lord Ku didn't panic in the face of danger. He took out a withered leaf and used it to block in front of him, trying to melt it away. PFFF, the leaf in front of immortal Lord Ku was penetrated by the power of the law, and it split into pieces, cutting his body, leaving a few wounds. The power of death invaded, and he instantly panicked. Arrogant thing, you want to beat me up? Aren't you afraid of being laughed at? Lin Fei flicked his fingernails and blew lightly, as if he didn't care about what he did just now. The entire hall was in a state of shock. A Xian immortal kid used the power of the law, and could even break immortal Lord Kumu's power of the law. Unbelievable, especially the elders of Phoenix Academy, who were ready to take revenge on Lin Fei. At this time, all of them stared at him. They had never seen someone in this realm could use the power of the law, which was simply a heaven-defying move. Impossible. How can you have the power of the law? Elder Mu was hopping mad. In front of the higher-ups, he had guaranteed that Lin Fei had powerful divine power and majestic immortal force. But how could he have the power of the law? Not a perfected golden immortal. Instead, he could use the power of the law. In that case, wouldn't that brat Lin Fei be able to easily kill him? While Elder Mu was hopping mad, his back was covered with cold sweat. He was actually afraid of a Xian immortal kid. Why can't I? I didn't kill you last time because I was in a good mood. If you keep nagging, believe it or not, I will kill you immediately. Lin Fei pointed with a murderous look, swaggering around. You want to deal with me? How dare you? Among the people present, perhaps only one understood. Blood 13, the first elder. The perfect power of death. No wonder that kid Lin Fei is so confident. The first elder's eyes were like torches, and he saw through the reason. It seems that he has gained a lot in the 9 secluded mystery land, and even obtained a crystal core that contains the power of the law, and luckily obtained the power of death. According to the power of death, the person who is alive must be an immortal king, or even a great emperor. I smell the aura of the great Tao of death from it. The first elder was shocked. Although this power of the law was borrowed from others, and he would be cultivating the Tao of death in the future, the path would be very difficult. Anyway, with this advantage, Lin Fei had a lot of room for development. Young man, don't be too hot-tempered. You must know that there is always someone better than you out there. Elder Fan Jin said indifferently, but he was also shocked. The extraordinary strength that Lin Fei displayed made him feel like he had seen the birth of a terrifying enemy, especially his decisiveness in killing. Once this kind of person grew up smoothly, he would be the most potential enemy. You are an old man. Isn't it just that you have lived longer than me? What's there to be proud of? If I was your age, I would definitely beat you up. You just want an explanation. And I will give you an explanation now. Lin Fei spoke like an old man, not giving the first elder a chance to speak. Chapter 895. P.S. Thanks to Lon Kelly, 140-130-22070-1150, and Misty Star for their tips. Sacred Heaven Academy, Main Hall. Lin Fei's words infuriated the people of Phoenix Academy on the spot. Their murderous intent surged, tearing the surroundings apart. Challenging the geniuses of our Phoenix Academy in 3 months? In other words, is he planning to defeat the geniuses of our Phoenix Academy? How could they accept this? No one had ever dared to challenge the geniuses of their academy with such arrogance. If Lin Fei hadn't displayed the power of law, injuring immortal monarch Kumu and gaining the upper hand, they would have surely suppressed Lin Fei with his words. Good, good. What a good disciple of the Elysium Academy. In the past 1,000 years, you are the first one who doesn't take our Phoenix Academy seriously. Immortal monarch Fan Zhen directly blew his beard and glared. Do you really think that with this strength you can fight against outstanding heroes? This Lin Fei is too arrogant. Huh. Why would I take your Phoenix Academy seriously? Didn't you want me to give you an explanation? Is my explanation enough? Could it be that they don't dare to do it anymore? If they don't dare, then I've wasted my words. Elder Shui, what do you say? Immortal monarch Fan Zhen's face darkened as he asked the 13th elder in a cold tone. Our Holy Heaven Academy pays particular attention to doing as we please, since junior brother Lin Fei has made this request. As an elder, if I am unable to satisfy him, I will become a laughingstock if word of this spreads out. 3 months later, this elder will personally visit the Phoenix Academy and witness the majestic bearing of the Phoenix Academy's geniuses. All right, Phoenix Academy will be waiting for your arrival in 3 months. Fan Zhen was so angry that he vomited blood. He waved his hand and left the Sacred Heaven Academy, leaving behind a venomous gaze. He initially wanted an explanation from Sacred Heaven Academy, but the other party took the initiative and gained the upper hand along the way. He had no choice but to leave in a sorry state. Disciple made the decision without permission. Please forgive me, First Elder. As soon as the people of Phoenix Academy left, Lin Fei immediately admitted his mistake. Bootlicker, Elder Fei Yang, cursed in his heart. The First Elder wouldn't blame you for what you just said. It was obvious that you were taking off your pants. What an unnecessary move. As expected, Great Elder's dragon face was overjoyed, extremely satisfied. Don't disappoint me in 3 months. Go get what you need yourself. The Grand Elder faded away from the temple hall. Just when he was about to vanish, a white beam of light shot out, which turned out to be a command medallion that landed in Lin Fei's hand. Grand Elder's hand seal. Elder Fei Yang couldn't help but cry out in shock. In Lin Fei's hand was a black token with 3 simple words, Great Elder. It was the Great Elder's handprint token. Congratulations, junior brother Lin Fei. With the First Elder's token, you can go to the Academy's treasury to choose a certain treasure. Elder Qin said enviously. Ah, it's that good? Lin Fei was shocked. On the other hand, the people of Phoenix Academy came in a threatening manner, demanding a result, but the result was not what they expected. Elder Fan, that Lin Fei is too infuriating. Our Phoenix Academy is the 2nd largest academy in the northern region, right behind the Heavenly Academy. No one dares to look down on our academy. Elder Moose said, feeling wronged. The Heavenly Academy's domineering attitude made them feel uncomfortable. What could they do if they felt uncomfortable? It was rare for them to alarm the First Elder for a disciple. Gumu, you fought with that bastard. What do you have to say? Immortal Monarch Fan Zhen was expressionless. Immortal Monarch Gumu could be counted as the most displeased today. A mere kid that could be eliminated with a flick of a finger ended up tricking him, causing him to suffer a small loss. It was equivalent to capsizing in a ditch and becoming a joke. That kid is very cunning. His realm is a mess, but his combat strength is very abnormal. Immortal Monarch Gu Mu's expression was solemn. His power of death should be about 70%, but he can suppress my power of laws. I suspect that the power of laws on that bastard came from a great emperor. In 3 months, when Lin Fei comes, I suggest that we make preparations in advance. Otherwise, it will not be a small problem. They wanted to say, not to be frightened by a mere Lin Fei, but they could not say these words. Lin Fei had this level of power of laws, especially the power of death, which was incomparably domineering, containing a trace of the aura of the great Tao of death. I think what Gumu said makes sense. Lin Fei is mysterious and unfathomable. Since he dares to say 3 months, he must have the ability. We should make preparations. Another elder said. Fan Zhen's face was expressionless as he made his decision in the blink of an eye. Lin Fei is indeed impressive, but since he dares to challenge our school, this might be a chance for our school to suppress the Divine Sky Academy. When we return to the school, I will personally report this to the higher-ups and spread the news in the northern region, creating a grand duel. Secondly, we must prevent Lin Fei from cultivating in peace for 3 months. It's best if he is injured, which will increase our chances of winning. Fan Zhen's words had hit the nail on the head. Elder Fan, it's simple. Lin Fei's combat strength is abnormal. I believe there are people in the school who do not wish for Lin Fei to have a good time. Perhaps we can make a move on them, meet the first elder. Lin Fei had made a decent harvest. At least he had left a good impression in the eyes of the first elder, and even received a reward. My celestial demonic body should be able to reach the 4th transformation. Elder Fei Yang was infuriated after receiving the first elder's handprint. With the first elder's handprint in his hand, Lin Fei went straight to the treasury of the school. The people in the treasury were very polite to Lin Fei. After obtaining the first elder's handprint, Lin Fei could easily obtain the rest of the materials in the treasury. Walking out of the treasury, Lin Fei's eyes narrowed into slits as he smiled. In 3 months' time, no matter who the Phoenix Academy has, I will defeat them all. Celestial Demonic Body 4th Transformation. Greater Mastery of Saint Body. 10,000 Dragon Force and 2nd Bloodline Awakening. Lin Fei's eyes lit up once again. He was looking forward to it more than anyone else. Half after leaving the treasury, Lin Fei returned to his invincible peak. After Lin Fei went out for a period of time, no one dared to provoke the invincible peak. Lin Fei did not know what happened, but the moment Lin Fei returned, many inner disciples rushed to him. The quiet, invincible peak suddenly became lively. "Welcome back, Master." The moment Lin Fei returned to the invincible peak, he was greeted with cheers. Chapter 896. Lin Fei's successful return from the 9 secluded secret realm had shocked all the inner disciples. After all, everyone knew how dangerous the 9 secluded secret realm was. Even though Lin Fei was invincible among the outer disciples, it did not mean that he could survive in the 9 secluded secret realm. But in the end, Lin Fei came back. He was the only one who came back, while the rest of the inner disciples had fallen. As such, the inner disciples had no choice but to pay attention to him. Senior Brother Gauchen and the rest were geniuses, but they never came back. By the time they came to curry favor with Lin Fei and improve their relationship, Lin Fei had actually gone into seclusion. This was not a shocking news. On the second day, a shocking news came from the northern region. Holy Heaven Academy's Emperor Prodigy, Lin Fei, was going to challenge all the geniuses of Phoenix Academy in 3 months' time. For this, Phoenix Academy was going to hold a grand sparring session. In an instant, all the academies, clans, and sects in the northern region had their eyes on Lin Fei of Holy Heaven Academy. Holy Heaven Academy had not had an Emperor Prodigy for hundreds of years. Now that there was finally one, he was going to challenge all the geniuses of Phoenix Academy in front of everyone. Things were getting out of hand. This had become a huge matter. To challenge all the geniuses of Phoenix Academy, everyone could imagine that Holy Heaven Academy's reputation would be tarnished, and at the same time, Phoenix Academy's reputation would be raised. They did not doubt their own conclusions. In the end, everything seemed to be heading towards a certain direction. Many people started to investigate the name of Lin Fei. What was his background? Were the higher-ups of Holy Heaven Academy crazy? How could they allow something like this to happen? All sorts of suspicions and guesses followed. Invincible Peak. Since the first day, Lin Fei had gone into seclusion, refusing to meet anyone. In the secret chamber, an eerie wind blew. A dense mass of Een soldiers and generals stood guard in the secret chamber. Anyone who barged in would be affected by the aura of evil spirits, turning into white bones on the spot. Apart from that, the outer layer was filled with the power of death, while the inner layer was filled with raging flames. A person sat cross-legged in the flames. An undying aura began to gradually emerge. This person's upper body was bare, revealing his perfect curves. One on the left, one on the right, two heavenly gods stood side by side. The one on the left was a black devil, and the one on the right was a god. Together, they were a fiend god that shook the primeval era. Combine. Suddenly, the young man in the flames opened his eyes and let out a shout. The two of them merged together, the Jingguang shining resplendently, bathing the young man in it. My flesh is changing. My bones are changing. The young man could sense his body constantly changing. Every part of his body, every cell, was constantly strengthening. The god-fiend aura was incomparably dense. Phew, like a gust of wind blowing past. The young man's body grew taller on the spot. Like a giant, his feet stepping on the earth. One by one, the godly demon runes flew out from the void and fused into his body, causing his body to become extremely perfect. 3 heads, 6 arms, fiend god divine ability. The young man shouted again, and 3 heads and 6 arms appeared behind him. According to legend, this was a great divine ability that only god-fiends knew. Go! The 6 arms behind him suddenly slammed out, causing the void to collapse and astral winds to howl, slicing at his body. The god-fiend body is at the 4th refinement stage, and the void astral winds can no longer leave a mark on my body. 3 heads and 6 arms, a great divine power. It is indeed mighty and domineering. It is equivalent to me using 8 arms to unleash the power of 80,000. Lin Fei silently felt the great power of 3 heads, 6 arms, the true immortal power. If I attack that old thing, Feiyong, now, I'm afraid he won't be able to withstand a single attack from me. I can kill him 100 times, as expected of a powerful, primeval, god-fiend combat technique. After reaching the 4th refinement of the god-fiend body, Lin Fei once again obtained a great divine ability, 3 heads, 6 arms, a primeval god-fiend's true combat technique. Even though he had 3 heads and 6 arms behind him, Lin Fei really didn't feel any discomfort. His control was flawless, and with inheritance of the god-fiend body, he had a deep understanding of the 3 heads, 6 arms great divine ability. He perfectly digested it. God-fiend 4th refinement realm, 3 heads, 6 arms. My combat strength has greatly increased. Once again, I already have the capital to be invincible. It's time for me to take revenge. A cold glint flashed in Lin Fei's eyes. Lin Fei still remembered the dangers that came with his ascension back then. If not for the kindness he received back then, he would probably be a corpse outside now, let alone having such combat strength. This day Lin Fei had been looking forward to for a long time. After obtaining the 3 heads, 6 arms great divine ability, Lin Fei had the capital to take revenge. He also had to find out who was behind it. After cultivating the 3 heads, 6 arms great divine ability, Lin Fei's combat strength increased exponentially. He completely had the power to suppress the Purgatory sect, and he could really take revenge now. In order to cultivate the divine ability to perfection, Lin Fei spent another 3 days before he came out of the secret chamber and dispersed the divine fire and the force of death. Congratulations, old master, for coming out of seclusion. Although Lin Fei wasn't at the invincible peak, the reputation that he had left behind had made the servants on the peak live a comfortable life. In a short period of time, someone broke through the heaven immortal realm and became a mystic immortal. Lin Fei had always been very generous to his own people. He rewarded them with genius treasures, martial arts, and countless treasures from killing enemies in the 9 nether secret realm. Now that they were put to good use, the servants were naturally surprised. The treasures that were snatched from the genius disciples were naturally not ordinary things. Ordinary people wouldn't be willing to part with them. But in Lin Fei's eyes, they were just cabbages that were worthless. After a round of reprimanding, Lin Fei enjoyed another 3 days of comfortable life on his peak. He didn't need to worry about anything. Brother River Crab, Sister Who, I'm sorry for taking so long to let you out. On the invincible peak, Lin Fei released the crab demon, Sister Who May. Back in the palace, the divine fire isolated everything. Later on, Lin Fei sealed the divine fire, afraid that the Grand Elder would find out something was wrong. After that, he went into seclusion and only remembered that the crab demon and the rest were not released when he came out of seclusion. Ha ha ha, I'm finally out of that damn place. The outside world is so interesting, the crab demon shouted excitedly when he came out. It seemed like he had been suppressed for a long time. Hu Mei smiled charmingly. Brother Xiao Fei, I didn't expect you to have such a good life outside. You own a peak, and there are spiritual veins at the foot of the peak. Cultivating in such a place will double your strength. However, I still have to thank you. The Heavenly Fox tribe has been looking forward to returning to our ancestral land for a lifetime. Today, our wish has come true. Lin Fei said. Sister Who, I should be the one thanking you. Without you, I might not have been able to bring you out. Come to think of it, we are fated. Fairy Who, Kid Lin is right. We're fated to come out together and enjoy the outside world. The crab demon took a deep breath. Fairy Who, where are we going next? I'm going back to our ancestral land with my people. Hu Mei smiled. What about you? Of course, I'm going back to our ancestral land. My inheritance has information about our ancestral land. The Heaven Realm world connects all the realms. It's a world of true experts. Of course, I have to go there. The crab demon heroically took out a piece of scale. Kid Lin, I don't have anything good. This is for you. You can come to our ancestral land when you have time. Lin Fei accepted it without hesitation. He was very interested in their ancestral land. After saying this, the crab demon tore open the hollow and fled, leaving Hu Mei alone. Damn crab, you run so fast. Hu Mei snorted and turned to Lin Fei. Brother Xiao Fei, I'm going to leave too. I believe we will meet again one day. Before I leave, I want to say a few words to you. I hope you will pay attention. Sister, please say it. I will keep it in mind. You and I hit off very well. You are the most talented person I have ever seen. As the saying goes, the tallest tree attracts the wind, and the shot will hit the bird that sticks out. Little brother Xiao Fei is very strong, but there is always someone stronger in this world. I hope that you can keep a low profile. Sometimes fighting and killing is not as simple as a word. I understand. Thank you for the reminder, Sister Who. Lin Fei accepted it modestly. For example, if you want to take revenge this time, you can find a reason to suppress the purgatory sect with the general trend. You can make them suffer in silence. You don't need to suppress them at all. You can kill them openly. Hu Mei was indeed a member of the Heavenly Fox clan. In terms of scheming, she was far better than Lin Fei. Her words enlightened him. It was really better than killing them himself. Lin Fei indeed planned to go directly to them and kill them until their blood flowed like a river. Then he would definitely be hunted down by the Purgatory sect. They might even send out their real masters. Borrowing their power might be a good idea. All right, Brother Xiao Fei, that's all I can help you with. Sister's words are better than 10 years of studying. Lin Fei said sincerely. Suddenly, a fragrant wind entered his ear. Lin Fei felt his cheeks moisten. Then, a pair of red lips left his sight, leaving a sentence in his ear. I'm leaving. When Lin Fei came back to his senses, Hu Mei had already left with her people. They were nowhere to be seen. I kissed her. How could she possibly kiss me? Although it was only his cheeks, it was still a very shocking thing for Lin Fei to say. Sister Hu, we will meet again very soon. I believe that. After sending off Hu Mei and the river crab demon, Lin Fei accepted Hu Mei's advice. It was good to be alone, but it would be very dangerous later on. Old master, there's an elder outside who wants to see you. The next day, a servant came to inform him. Lin Fei was not surprised that an elder wanted to see him. Naturally, he went out to meet him. It was Elder Chen from last time. Greetings, Elder Chen. Junior brother Lin Fei, this time in the Nine Nether Mystery Land. Your performance was very good. In addition to your strength, I specially brought you to register as an inner disciple today. Inner disciple? Lin Fei really did not care about this identity. Chapter 897. Back then, junior brother Lin Fei's answer was neither humble nor arrogant. Elder Chen had a whole new level of respect for junior brother Lin Fei. At this moment, when he heard Lin Fei's words, he was truly startled. What? You want to be the Holy Sun? Elder Chen's pupils constricted. He almost thought that he had heard wrongly. Junior brother Lin Fei wants to be the Holy Sun? The change was beyond Elder Chen's imagination. He could not get used to it immediately. Lin Fei's performance in the Nine Nether Secret Realm was shocking. The higher-ups agreed to allow Lin Fei to become an inner disciple. Becoming an inner court disciple, from an inner court substitute disciple to an inner court disciple. Many people couldn't sleep for this day and night. Yes, I want to be the Holy Sun, Lin Fei said in a serious tone. Elder Chen took a deep breath. Do you know the meaning of the Holy Sun? The disciples in Elysium were divided into outer disciple, inner disciple, direct disciple, true disciple, and the Holy Sun. It was not easy to become an inner disciple. After all, the direct disciple and true disciple were at a level that ordinary people could not reach. Holy Sun? The most outstanding person in the school. Every Holy Sun could become an immortal king in the future. They were the candidates to be the next dean of the school. For the position of the Holy Sun, those direct disciples and true disciples would fight each other, and their heads would bleed. From this, one could see the importance of this position. It was unacceptable for Lin Fei to want to be the Holy Sun. Being an inner disciple is not suitable for me. I think the Holy Sun is more suitable for me. As for the rest, I can solve them myself. Lin Fei came up with the idea of becoming the Holy Sun after Sister Fairy reminded him. Being an inner disciple was not bad, but there were still restrictions in the school. Only the Holy Sun could represent everything in Elysium. Are you sure? Yes. Since you want to be the Holy Sun, I'll help you this once. Elder Chen said. Follow me. After a few days of seclusion, Lin Fei left Invincible Peak for the first time. Elder Chen brought Lin Fei to the Sky City. The city in the sky was filled with buildings, pavilions, mountains, rivers, and immortal beasts. The road to proving holiness. Elder Chen brought Lin Fei to the front of a huge palace. This was a black palace, solemn and dignified, sacred and inviolable. At this moment, the great doors of the palace slowly opened. A young man walked out with a majestic gait. His eyes were like the vast ocean, deep and boundless. A single glance from him was like the surging waves that could drown all living things. Senior brother you're here. Senior brother must have succeeded and become a true disciple. Outside the palace, in a small plaza, a group of people gathered in twos and threes. When this young man came out, they immediately surrounded him, fawning and flattering him. Ha ha ha! I've finally become a true disciple. From now on, I'll be able to enjoy the boundless sea and sky. The young man threw his head back and laughed. The path of proving holiness was a place where the students of the academy were tested. The previous disciple was the one who had successfully returned from the test to become a true disciple. From then on, he had become a true disciple of the academy, and all the other disciples had to show him respect. That brother used people left in a grandiose manner under the escort of a group of people. Not long after, another young man came out with a dejected expression. Without waiting for the crowd to surround him, he directly left. Then, all sorts of whispers could be heard. If you failed the first time, the price to pay for the next time was too high. If you want to become a Holy Sun, you must pass the test. Elder Chin appeared on the stairway of the palace with Lin Fei. Pass the test step by step? Yes, the academy is a place that pays attention to rules. If you want to become a holy son, you must pass the test. Elder Chin said, Inner disciple, direct disciple, true disciple. You must pass each test until you become a holy son. I like this. Lin Fei licked the corner of his mouth. When Elder Chin saw Lin Fei's attitude, he understood in his heart that no one could stop him from passing the test. I'll bring you to see the elder in charge of this palace, and let him make the arrangements. Elder Chin wasn't famous in the academy, but there were still people who knew him. Seeing that he brought a Xian, immortal disciple here, he received a certain amount of attention. Isn't that our academy's newly conferred invincible king, Lin Fei? It can't be that kid is Lin Fei. Skinny arms, skinny legs. Came back alive from the 9 Nether secret realm. There's no mistake, such a weird person. Other than junior brother Lin Fei, there can't be anyone else. It looks like he's preparing to become an inner disciple. 3 months later, challenging a genius of Phoenix Academy with this strength? Isn't he afraid of losing face for the academy? On the small square, the crowd quietly discussed. After all, Lin Fei had become an influential figure in the academy. It was impossible not to know about him. Wait here. I'll go in and help you make the arrangements. Elder Chen brought Lin Fei to the door, left behind a sentence, and went in first. Lin Fei wasn't in a hurry. He was calm and indifferent. No one can stop me from becoming a holy son. This time, he's definitely going to be the holy son. Kid, you're that Lin Fei? After a while, a figure flew up and looked at Lin Fei from head to toe. Why? What's the matter? Lin Fei casually replied. Unexpectedly, that person frowned and said sternly, You're just an outer disciple. How can you answer? Don't you know how to lower your head and reply? Could it be that you think you're very powerful? Looking for trouble? Lin Fei instantly had this thought. Let me ask you, how did North Star Emperor and the rest die? Why did you come back alive? Also, are you going to keep all the treasures on you and not hand them over? When that person saw that Lin Fei didn't say a word and seemed to be retreating, he pressured him again with a hint of joy in between his brows. The people on the small square had been paying attention. Isn't that someone from the Wind Gang? They've already set their eyes on the newcomer, Lin Fei. A tall tree attracts the wind. If not him, who should they target? Strength is too weak. Treasuring a jade ring becomes a crime. Don't forget, the Wind Gang has a true disciple overseeing it, a few personal disciples holding down the fort. Ordinary disciples don't have any backing. Who dares to offend them? That person was overbearing, pressuring Lin Fei. So this is someone from the same gang. Looks like Sister Fairy was right. A tall tree attracts the wind. Everyone wants to pinch me. Lin Fei said in his heart. Hand over your ass. Lin Fei's thick palm suddenly expanded. His 5 fingers grabbed that person's neck, and with a slap, all of his teeth shattered. Ah, you dare hit me. That person was in a daze after coming back to his senses. He was furious. The power of laws condensing. I'm hitting you. You dare to covet my things, you dog. I'll let you learn your lesson. Chapter 898. P.S. On the 2nd day of the new year, on account of my continuous updates, I hope for a guaranteed monthly ticket. When the Wind Gang found Lin Fei, the newly conferred king, everyone thought that Lin Fei would definitely be at a disadvantage. After all, the interior of the Heavenly Academy was actually like the underworld, a cruel underworld that paid particular attention to the principle that the fist was the strongest. If my fist is big, I can bully you. Of course, I can also bully others. Within the Holy Sky Academy, private fights had long become a common occurrence. There was nothing surprising about it. A tall tree attracts the wind. It was most unsuitable for those new disciples. No one was surprised that Lin Fei was targeted. If not the new disciples, who would they target? However, no one expected that the conferred king disciple, Lin Fei, would have such a bad temper. He attacked in public and displayed his powerful strength, slapping the Wind Gang member to death with a wave of his hand. They were from the Wind Gang, with a true disciple and a few personal disciples guarding them. They would not dare to do that unless it was in private. Everyone was shocked. A lawmaster was pinched like a chicken and slapped to death. They had never seen or felt a trace of law energy. As soon as the Wind Gang member came back to life, his face was ferocious. Before he could speak, Lin Fei slapped him to death. "If you dare say another word of nonsense, I'll turn you into a piece of trash." 2 domineering slaps in a row made everyone fearful. After the third revival, the Wind Gang member's eyes were filled with hatred. He really did not dare to say another word. He was not a fool, and naturally did not dare to go against Lin Fei. Scram as far as you can now. With his saint physique at greater success, Lin Fei's every move was filled with domineering words. The Wind Gang member ran far away as if he was in a dream. He was actually slapped to death by a brat twice in a row. How could he swallow this anger? "Brat, just you wait." After saying that, he ran away without a trace. Threat? Lin Fei really did not care. After slapping him to death violently, it was completely quiet. No one came to look for trouble. Lin Fei was happy and leisurely waiting for Elder Qin to come out. He wanted to become a saint even more. At this time, there was also a lot of discussion inside the palace. The reason for their discussion was naturally because Lin Fei was going to become the Holy Son. "Elder Qin, are you kidding me? Junior brother Lin Fei is just a newcomer. Even if he's conferred the title by the martial monarch, it's impossible for him to become a Holy Son in such a short time." There were a total of 3 elders guarding this palace. They had quite a reputation in the academy, so when Elder Chun raised this matter, they immediately objected. They didn't think too highly of a king-rank genius. It's not that we don't agree, but Lin Fei has already made a name for himself among the outer sect disciples. He's more than qualified to become an inner sect disciple, or a legacy disciple or a holy son. I'm afraid you'll only be qualified after 100 or 200 years. That's right. Which saint's son doesn't become a saint's son after 300 or 400 years? For those who are unlucky, becoming a saint's son in 700 to 800 years is already a commendable feat. The 3 elders had their own reasons. A saint's son would need at least 300 years to have the confidence to become a saint's son. They had never heard of a disciple who hadn't even been in the academy for a year, wanting to compete to become a saint's son. Did they really think that the position of saint's son was so easy to sit on? If that was the case, the position of saint's son was too worthless, just as Elder Chen was worrying about how to persuade them to agree and start the rest of the assessment. An academy disciple strode in from outside. Reporting to the 3 elders, a disciple outside killed a 3rd-level nomological expert. How should we deal with him? The academy disciple reported. The 3 elders were the old-fashioned type. Who has the guts to kill a disciple in public? Capture him and send him to the law enforcement hall. They were old-fashioned people, so they naturally wouldn't allow anyone to do such a thing. It was tantamount to challenging their dignity. Elder Chen's heart stirred, and he directly asked the academy disciple, "Let me ask you, was the person who did it a black-robed man at the mystic immortal realm?" Reporting to the elders, it was indeed a young man at the mystic immortal realm. The academy disciple replied. Elder Chen smiled and waved his hand to let the academy disciple leave. "Elders, listen to me. The person who killed a 3rd-level nomological zenith heaven golden immortal is the junior brother Lin Fei that I mentioned. The great elder thinks highly of him. Don't you think it's a pity not to give him a chance? If a young saint's son comes out of your hands, perhaps it will be an unforgettable memory for the rest of your lives. Only at the mystic immortal realm, he killed a 3rd-level nomological zenith heaven golden immortal." The 3 elders presided over the palace and had never paid much attention to the outside world. When they heard Elder Chen's words, they couldn't help but change their expressions, as if they were thinking about something. Elder Yin, Elder Feng, Elder Shui, a genius conferred by the great emperor, doesn't have a high realm, but his combat power is abnormal. Think about it, when we were at our realm, did we have such combat power and courage? Elder Qin lobbied. I dare say that all of you are like me, far less promising than junior brother Lin Fei. What's the harm in letting him try? If he doesn't succeed, it's just a good opportunity for him to settle down and become a saint in the future. Why not? One had to admit that Elder Qin was very good at lobbying. The three elders were indeed tempted. If a saint's son came out of their hands, it would be a great joy in their lives that they would never forget. Let's discuss this matter, and I'll give you an answer later. They couldn't decide on such a matter in a short time, and they needed to discuss it. Elder Chen was already relieved, and he believed that the three of them would definitely agree. He didn't know what to say about Lin Fei. He killed a Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal in the blink of an eye, and it was not without reason that the great elder admired Lin Fei. Should we agree? The three elders went to the room next door, set up a formation, and began to discuss. Why don't we give it a try? Elder Yin sided with Elder Qin. In any case, we won't lose anything. It's not a good thing to attract the great elder's dissatisfaction for a mere Lin Fei. Wait a moment, I'll go and understand Lin Fei. Elder Feng was an experienced man, and he didn't make a decision but went to understand. Very soon, the news came back. 3 months later, the great elder will personally accompany Lin Fei to Phoenix Academy. It seems like we really need to let Lin Fei try. When the news came back, the three were shocked. Since the great elder had already done so, if they were to stop him, they might really attract the great elder's dissatisfaction. Just like what Elder Qin said, there was no harm in giving it a try. Perhaps there really was such a heaven-defying person who could advance all the way to becoming a saint's son. All right, then it's decided. The three elders came out again. Elder Qin, after some discussion, we've decided to specially agree to his assessment. Whether he can pass or not depends on his personal ability. On behalf of junior brother Lin Fei, I thank the three elders. Elder Qin said with a smile. Outside the palace, Lin Fei's violent method of killing a Zenith Heaven Golden Celestial obliterated everyone's only hope. A Zenith Heaven Golden Celestial with 3 parts of laws was easily killed by a new disciple like Lin Fei. They didn't dare to go up and find trouble. Moreover, killing a Zenith Heaven Golden Celestial in this place would attract the dissatisfaction of the 3 elders and leave a bad impression on them. Whoosh, the door opened. The 3 elders came out together. Everyone almost suspected that they had seen wrongly. Didn't the 3 elders rarely appear? Could it be that they were going to punish that Lin Fei? Many people began to look forward to watching a good show. Disciple Lin Fei greets the 3 elders. Seeing Elder Qin come out, Lin Fei went up to greet him. It was the first time the 3 elders saw Lin Fei. His sharp eyes seemed to be able to see through everything. Facing such a gaze, Lin Fei didn't feel any pressure. He was neither servile nor overbearing. I heard that you want to challenge the disciple assessment and become a successor? Lin Fei nodded. Yes, disciple wants to become a successor. Huff, the people in the small square had already pricked up their ears. They originally thought that the 3 elders would severely punish Lin Fei, but in the end, they heard a sentence that made them feel incredulous. Lin Fei, this new disciple, wants to participate in the assessment and become a successor? This isn't a joke, right? Successor? In the Elysium Academy, the disciple with the highest status would be able to call the wind and summon the rain no matter where he went. Every successor was the treasure of the academy. They went deep into various desolate places to search for treasures and represented the peak strength of the academy. The goal of those geniuses who became a true disciple was to become a successor. Lin Fei, who wasn't even an inner disciple yet, wanted to participate in the successor assessment, become a successor, reach the heavens in a single bound. How could they accept this? The 3 elders glanced at each other. You only have one chance. However, You have to take it step by step. Let's start with the inner disciple assessment first. The newly conferred Lin Fei wanted to participate in the successor assessment. This was no less shocking than another piece of shocking news. Ever since Lin Fei's return, he had become a headline. This was truly a wave after wave. Participate in the successor assessment? Since when did the position of a successor become so common that everyone wanted to be a successor? On a majestic mountain peak, Elder Feiyang was facing an elder directly. Elder, I feel that this brat, Lin Fei, must be taught a lesson. I suspect that North Star and the rest might have died in his hands, and not in the hands of the Thunder and Black Tortoise Institution's disciples. Elder Feiyang had quite a bit of resentment towards Lin Fei. Lin Fei had humiliated him time and time again. Originally, the first elder wanted to defame Lin Fei, but he was reprimanded by the first elder in the end. He was very unhappy in his heart and hated Lin Fei even more now. Didn't I ask you to teach Lin Fei a lesson? You are a piece of trash. You can't even deal with a newbie, and you even let him receive the first elder's appreciation. On a mountain peak in a pavilion, a middle-aged man was sitting there with a pot of tea in front of him. The fragrance of the tea lingered in the air. Report: I just received news that Lin Fei is participating in the successor assessment and is preparing to become a successor. The assessment has already begun. A figure flew over from the horizon and quickly landed in front of the pavilion. What? That brat wants to become a successor? Crazy, he must be crazy. Chapter 899. Elder Feiyang could no longer remain calm. This arrogant brat, Lin Fei, wants to become a saint in a single step? Stand above me? Absolutely not. Elder Feiyang's status in the college was not low. Even the inner disciples, personal disciples, and true disciples had to give him face, and he had a lot of advantages. However, once he faced a saint, the authority of an elder was obviously weakened. Saints were the focus of the college's nurturing, and every single one of them had the potential to become an immortal king. Elder Feiyang lost his voice when he heard the news. He had been scared out of his wits by Lin Fei. Trash! A cold snort came from the pavilion, and the temperature seemed to have dropped suddenly. As an elder of the college, how can you be scared out of your wits by a mere sentence? Feiyang, you are too disappointing. The berating voice made Elder Feiyang lower his head. His face darkened, and he could not say a word. Lin Fei had already been disrespectful to him by not becoming an inner disciple. If he became a saint, he would be lawless and disregard him. That was why Elder Feiyang was not calm. Elder Feng, I have disappointed you. Elder Feiyang was ashamed. Feiyang, you are an elder of the college, and you are born to be superior to others. He is just a newbie, so there is no need to take him seriously. The middle-aged man in the pavilion poured a cup of tea, took a sip, and put the cup down. Ha, saint? Not everyone can become a saint. Don't forget, to become a saint, one must be personally supervised by the 10 great elders. Even if Lin Fei is powerful, he can forget about becoming a 1 in a million saint. The saint assessment is extremely difficult. Not only do you have great strength, but you also have to have a strong background. Every person who became a saint did not experience a narrow escape from death to become a saint. Elder is right. Hearing this, Elder Feiyang came to a realization. That's right. Why should I be afraid of Lin Fei? Was it really that easy to become a saint? The college was probably already crowded with saints. Lin Fei, this newbie, wanted to become a saint, and it was no different from creating a storm. Saint, him. This was probably everyone's common thought. For a time, many inner court disciples heard the news and gathered outside the small square. Among them, Lin Fei's potential opponents appeared one after another. Their goal was very simple. It was nothing more than to take care of Lin Fei. For example, the eldest senior brother behind senior brother Gauchen. Like taking care of the Wind Gang? Soon, the square was packed with people. Inside the palace, 3 elders and Elder Chin. At this moment, They were facing a canopy in the sky. A clear image appeared on the canopy, and on it was a young man dressed in black, strolling leisurely. If an outer court disciple wants to become an inner court disciple, he or she must challenge 3 rounds consecutively. With a wave of his hand, Elder Feng took out a long table. Wine and fruits were all over the table. Elder Qin, sit down and watch together. It was not as difficult for an outer disciple to become an inner disciple. It was nothing more than a challenge. As long as one's strength passed the test, they would immediately become an inner disciple. Ho! It's coming out. It's a perfected golden immortal diamond ape with shocking divine strength. The challenger only needs to hold on for the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, or defeat the diamond ape to pass the first round. I wonder what kind of performance Lin Fei will have. In the canopy, a ferocious immortal beast descended from a circular altar. Persist for the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, or defeat. As soon as the zenith heaven golden ape appeared, its thick palm slapped its chest. Dong, 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 it was deafening like the descent of divine thunder. Ho! The golden ape roared, and its hair stood on end. It pounced toward Lin Fei. Pooh, piu, piu. The void was pierced by divine strength. This test? Too easy. Lin Fei's figure flickered, and he appeared in front of the diamond ape. With a casual slap, the diamond ape, who was a perfected golden immortal, died instantly. A demonic beast that killed a zenith heaven golden ape in a second. Opposite the canopy, the 3 elders were surprised for the first time. The golden ape was killed with a slap. It was not the time it took for an incense stick to burn, but an instant kill. Junior brother Lin Fei, the person that the great elder thinks highly of, is not so simple. Elder Qin was basking in the glory. The next 2 rounds shouldn't be so easy. The 3 elders did not believe that a newcomer like Lin Fei could reach such a heaven-defying level. The second round, it was still an immortal beast that could create illusions. This time, it shouldn't be so easy for him to pass, right? In the second round, many outer disciples were trapped by the illusions created by the immortal beast and lost the qualification to become inner disciples. This time, Lin Fei was just like the last time. He broke through the illusions and killed the immortal beast. This time, they felt that Lin Fei was really not simple. In the third round, he faced a ferocious beast with terrifying attack power, but the result was the same. Lin Fei was still walking leisurely, talking and laughing as he killed the ferocious beast. Lin Fei was officially an inner disciple. There's really no pressure. After passing 3 rounds in a row, Lin Fei teleported out and appeared outside the palace. This kind of assessment, Lin Fei was simply playing house. He could pass even with his eyes closed. Disciple Lin Fei has passed the round successfully and is promoted to inner disciple. Inside the palace, the elder's announcement came. The people in the small square were shocked. He passed so quickly? He was promoted to inner disciple? Unexpected, really unexpected. They all knew that the difficulty of the inner disciple assessment was very high. 8 out of 10 failed. Looking at Lin Fei's appearance, they really couldn't imagine how he could pass the assessment in such a short period of time. From outer disciple to inner disciple, it was like ascending to heaven in one step. Disciple Lin Fei, the direct disciple assessment begins. Please get ready. Before everyone could react, the direct disciple assessment began. Could it be that Lin Fei was going to defy the heavens and didn't need to rest or anything? Directly participate in the direct disciple assessment? Did he really think that he was invincible as he moved forward bravely? Brother Zilong, it is this new disciple who did not give face to our wind gang. We must teach him a lesson. In the small square, groups of people in 2s and 3s, each revealed a complicated expression. The people of the wind gang also gathered together, and this Brother Zilong was a direct disciple. He was dressed in purple and had an oppressive, noble aura. As he stood there casually, he was a cut above others and had a great posture. Interesting, interesting. Defeating a newly promoted direct disciple should be very interesting. The direct disciple assessment began. Lin Fei became an inner disciple, did not need to rest, and directly began the direct disciple assessment, which undoubtedly gave them great pressure. For example, in the small square, a white-robed zenith heaven golden immortal frowned, as if he was thinking about something. Senior brother, Lin Fei has been promoted to inner disciple, and his status is the same as us. It will not be easy for us to use our status to suppress him. A disciple next to him said, Chapter 900. In such a short period of time, Lin Fei, this newcomer, had become an inner disciple. It was indeed hard for people to accept. In the end, there was still a gap between an outer disciple and an inner disciple. In terms of benefits and authority, there was a huge gap. An inner disciple could suppress an outer disciple. Even if they were to put on airs and bully others, the upper echelons would not think anything of it. On the other hand, if an outer disciple were to attack an inner disciple, it would be a great disrespect and must be punished. Of course, being powerful was another kind of existence. Now that Lin Fei was promoted to an inner sect disciple, he no longer had the arrogance of an inner sect disciple. Everyone knew that when Lin Fei was still an outer court disciple, he was already invincible among the outer court disciples. He had even defeated inner court disciples. Now that he had defeated 10% of the inner court disciples, one could imagine how heaven-defying he was. What if he became a personal disciple? They didn't even dare to imagine it. They probably wouldn't even dare to breathe loudly in front of the palace canopy. Although the three elders were astonished by Lin Fei's godly speed, they did not think that he could clear the direct disciple examination. The direct disciple test has begun. After Lin Fei teleported to another space, the sky was filled with ferocious beasts that covered the sun. Demonic qi filled the air, and there were no less than hundreds of thousands of them. Lin Fei is too arrogant. If it was so easy to become a direct disciple, there wouldn't be so many inner disciples who wouldn't dare to participate. If the inner disciple examination was a 1-star examination, then the direct disciple examination was equivalent to a 3-star examination. The difficulty was not ordinary. There is only one test for the direct disciple assessment. Find 10 flying swords from the 300,000 beasts. There are a total of 100 flying swords, and it's a test of intelligence and luck. In the previous assessments, in order to pass the test, who knows how much effort has been put into this, apart from relying on strength and immortal artifacts. Luck is even more important. The direct disciple test was indeed not an ordinary level of difficulty. It wasn't just a test of strength, wisdom, and perseverance. Apart from that, there were also fortuitous encounters. Elder Qin, what do you think? Elder Feng finally regained his confidence. I don't think that Lin Fei will succeed. The person whom First Elder thinks highly of, I also think highly of. Elder Chen's reply was simple. Then let's wait and see. In a small space, this space was refined by the almighty experts of the Holy Heaven Academy, and it was specially used for the assessment. Hua, hua, hua. A large number of birds and beasts covered the sky and covered the earth. In that instant, Lin Fei was like a lone boat in the raging sea, about to be drowned in the black torrent at any time. Find 10 flying swords? That's a little difficult. It might be useful to others, but it's really nothing to me. Lin Fei raised an eyebrow and said confidently, Go, go, go! With a sway of his body, Lin Fei unleashed his god-fiend body and transformed into a 1,000-feet-tall giant. With the judgment staff in hand, he charged at a large number of birds and beasts. Bang, bang, bang! The 100-jong-tall giant unleashed an unparalleled divine ability. With a swing of his staff, more than 1,000 demonic beasts died. Instant kill, a true instant kill. In the blink of an eye, more than 1,000 of the 300,000 demonic beasts were lost. It was terrifying. Lin Fei's adjudicator staff danced up and down. Divine force erupted, setting off a black storm that slaughtered in all directions. A vacuum zone was created in the Black Flood. Killed Flying Eagle, received 150,000 experience. Lightning Rat eliminated, obtained 120,015 experience. Lin Fei killed to his heart's content and obtained a large amount of experience. As for the spectators, the three elders could no longer remain calm. If the first assessment was nothing, then the personal disciple assessment was the real assessment. Lin Fei was definitely the first person in the history of the Academy to be so domineering. Is he going to kill all 300,000 demonic beasts? The three elders no longer knew how to describe it. In the previous assessments, in order to find the 10 flying swords, everyone was very careful and started from the details. Lin Fei, on the other hand, was simple. He directly went on a killing spree and used violent methods. Facing 300,000 demonic beasts, he didn't even bat an eyelid. At the beginning, they thought that Lin Fei was like a mantis trying to stop a chariot, overestimating his own capabilities. As the 300,000 demonic beasts continued to decrease and the sky returned to normal, they realized how terrifying their thinking was. Lin Fei was definitely going to be a personal disciple. Killed Ghost Eye, received 2 million experience. Lin Fei was enjoying the killing and secretly collected all the corpses, obtaining many divine power pills. Although the effects weren't that great, they could at least increase his divine power. Ding! Congratulations to Lin Fei for advancing to the golden celestial stage. As the system notification came, Lin Fei was stunned. I advanced. Ever since he advanced to the Xian celestial stage, Lin Fei really didn't pay much attention to the large amount of experience points. He opened the leveling system and saw that his experience points had indeed increased. He had advanced to the golden celestial stage. This is great. I've finally become a golden celestial. Although Lin Fei didn't feel much about the realm, as his realm increased, his godly demonic body immediately improved. A Jin Guang flashed across Lin Fei's body. He had just advanced to the 4th transformation, godly demonic body, and it had increased by more than a third. This surprised him. This reward was too generous. Before Lin Fei could digest it, another notification came from the leveling system. Player Lin Fei has stepped into the golden celestial stage and become a true expert in the heavenly realm. You now have the capital to stand in the heavenly realm. The system will be updated to become a new existence to assist the player again. Update initiating. Another update? After ascending to the heavenly realm, the system had been updated once. This update really confused Lin Fei. A new existence? This Lin Fei really didn't know. Continue killing. In reality, Lin Fei's advancement to the golden celestial stage happened in an instant. But to the three elders and Elder Qin, this was yet another shocking scene. He advanced to the golden celestial stage under such circumstances, facing 300,000 demonic beasts and massacring them wantonly. He advanced to the golden celestial stage. As expected of the person that the Grand Elder thinks highly of, a genius conferred the title of king by the great emperor. Facing 300,000 demonic beasts, he advanced to the golden celestial stage under such a dangerous situation. That's not easy. Most people would probably think about how to survive when facing 300,000 demonic beasts, not how to break through to the next level under the pressure. If Lin Fei knew about this, he probably wouldn't know whether to laugh or cry. He went there for the divine power pill, not for the realm. 2 hours later, 300,000 demonic beasts, huge birds and beasts, all died in Lin Fei's hands. In the small space, blood flowed like a river. Congratulations, junior brother Lin Fei, for successfully becoming a personal disciple. This time, it was the three elders who personally welcomed Lin Fei out. The three elders were not angry at the loss of 300,000 demonic beasts. Instead, they were full of expectations for Lin Fei. Perhaps, as Elder Chin said, Lin Fei would become a bright star in the future. Subconsciously, they were full of good feelings for Lin Fei. In the past examinations, who could reach Lin Fei's level and kill 300,000 demonic beasts? No one could do it. Lin Fei was the first person in the history of the Academy. Junior brother Lin Fei. Next is the personal disciple examination. We need to prepare. Wait outside for a while. He's out. Lin Fei is out. Coming out again. Lin Fei was the center of attention. Lin Fei passed the examination and became a personal disciple. These words immediately caused everyone to be dumbfounded. In one day, he passed the examination twice in a row, from outer disciple to inner disciple, then from inner disciple to personal disciple. What kind of joke was this? He had really reached the heavens in one step. For those who wanted to teach Lin Fei a lesson, he had reached the heavens in one step and became a personal disciple. The pressure was overwhelming, and they didn't know what to do. Continue to target him? First, it was the people from the Wind Gang. They specially invited a personal disciple to teach Lin Fei a lesson and vent their anger. But at this moment, this senior brother Zi Yin frowned subconsciously. Passing the examination twice in a row proved that Lin Fei was extraordinary. Looking at Lin Fei's appearance, it seemed that he was ready to continue the examination. If he really became a personal disciple, except for those old personal disciples, who dared to not put Lin Fei in their eyes. Senior brother Ziyin, what should we do now? Should we go up and teach him a lesson? Ziyin was under great pressure and glared. If you want to implicate the Wind Gang, go ahead. Do you think that the current Lin Fei is still the previous Lin Fei? Isn't he just a personal disciple? That Wind Gang disciple was puzzled. Stupid. Lin Fei is now a personal disciple. Next, he might become a personal disciple. Once he becomes a personal disciple, our senior brother won't dare to casually make a move. Ziyan's eyes were full of dignified expression. Once Lin Fei becomes a personal disciple, he will even take the examination to become a saint and become another saint of the Academy. No matter how he does it, once he becomes a saint, do you think we can still offend him? The people from the Wind Gang were speechless. The examination to become a personal disciple begins. For the third time, Lin Fei walked into the palace to participate in the examination. Outside the small square, there was a complete uproar. All kinds of news began to spread back. Each personal disciple and personal disciple had a change of expression. They couldn't ignore it, even if they didn't want to. In one day, he consecutively passed the examination twice. Once he succeeded for the third time, regardless of whether he could become a saint or a personal disciple, they would come up to befriend him. Don't forget, Lin Fei's realm had a lot of room for improvement. It was not something they could compare with. Lin Fei would become the first person in the history of the Academy and set a record that no one could break. Thus, the personal disciples and personal disciples who were dissatisfied with their cultivation rushed to the square. For a moment, the sky was filled with people, all of whom were paying attention to Lin Fei. At the same time, the elders also began to be moved. They personally came to see if he was really as powerful as the rumors said. If the rumors were true and the Academy really had a real king-conferred genius, if he could become a saint, it would be equivalent to setting a new record. Lin Fei would also become a true king-conferred genius, the invincible king conferred by the great emperor. He would no longer have to worry about others' doubts. After about the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, the palace door opened again. Just like before, Lin Fei appeared. He was calm and at ease, but the crowd was not calm. Junior brother Lin Fei passed the examination and became a new personal disciple. Wow, the crowd was in an uproar. Chapter 901. Uproar. This is really an uproar. A new disciple has been advancing triumphantly, passing all the tests and becoming a true disciple. He is only one step away from becoming a saint. This is unbelievable. How is this possible? I have taken the test 3 times in the past 500 years, and I have never been able to become a true disciple. How can a new disciple surpass me? Could it be that the person conferred the title by the emperor is really heaven-defying? Saint? Does junior brother Lin Fei really want to become a saint before he stops? Junior brother Lin Fei is definitely the number one in the history of the disciples taking the examination. Lin Fei had passed the test and become a true disciple, which gave him the right to speak. The true disciples no longer dared to look down on a new disciple like Lin Fei. From this moment onwards, Lin Fei was on the same level as them. Even if he failed the test to become a saint, his status as a true disciple would make him an influential figure in the school. A true disciple would have a large number of direct disciples to rely on, and they would become a high and mighty figure. Other than the saint, they could do whatever they wanted. Even the elders of the school would have to be polite to them. Let's go now. Zi Yin from the Wind faction had a terrible look on his face, as if he had swallowed a fly. Lin Fei is not someone they can afford to offend. Who would have thought that Lin Fei would advance triumphantly, become a true disciple, break the school's record, and become an influential figure in the school? The Wind faction is not someone they can afford to offend. They only have the support of a true disciple. Lin Fei is already extremely domineering when he is not a true disciple, let alone a true disciple. We have to reconcile. Zi Yin really wanted to slap this kid to death. Of all people, he had his eyes on Lin Fei. Lin Fei has become a true disciple in the blink of an eye. What a scam! If I don't hurry back and think of a solution, if Lin Fei is narrow-minded, the Wind faction will have a good time in the future. Lin Fei has become a true disciple? On the majestic mountain. Upon hearing that Lin Fei had become a direct disciple, Elder Fei Yang was no longer in the mood to continue listening. If Elder Feng was not here, he would definitely be roaring non-stop. How could that brat, Lin Fei, become a true disciple? Elder Fei Yang didn't have the right to look down on a true disciple. Normally, he would have to greet him with a nod. However, Lin Fei's actions were no different from a slap to his face. Elder Fei Yang suspected that Lin Fei had cheated. How did he pass the test with his strength? In the Holy Heaven Academy, apart from the heaven-warping geniuses who could pass the examination on their first try, the rest of the people would have to risk it 2 or 3 times in order to pass the examination. In a single day, Lin Fei succeeded consecutively, breaking all the records in the academy. He could be said to be the first person to do so. Elder Fei Yang was certain that Lin Fei would not be able to advance. Now that he was promoted to a true inheritor disciple in one go, he did not feel good about it. Could it be that he had to become the saint? How could this be? If he became the saint, Elder Fei Yang could imagine Lin Fei's domineering behavior. He was afraid that Lin Fei would not care about his position as the number 1 elder. This Lin Fei is quite capable. He succeeded consecutively in one day. Feng Lai Tian was obviously very surprised. This means that he has gained a lot in the 9 secluded mystery realm. Elder Fei Yang was more anxious than anyone else when he saw Elder Feng Lai Tian's indifferent expression. He wanted to remind Elder Feng Lai Tian what would happen if Lin Fei became the saint. However, he did not dare to say this out loud. This Lin Fei is indeed capable. However, he is just a despicable person. If it was not for Elder Su's care, he would not be able to achieve what he has today. Elder Fei Yang said hatefully, "All right." Feng Lai Tian's eyes flashed with a strange light. Lin Fei becoming a true inheritor is unstoppable. Since he wants to become the saint, this elder will fulfill his wish. Elder Fei Yang was obviously irritated by these words. He almost blurted out the last sentence. Fortunately, he managed to hold it in. Feng Lai Tian poured a cup of tea and took a sip. "You go and meet Elder Wang personally. Tell him what I want. He will know what to do." Elder Wang? Elder Fei Yang suddenly understood. Elder Feng is the best. I will go and meet Elder Wang immediately. The outside of the pavilion became quiet very quickly. Feng Lai Tian drank the tea in one gulp. He played with the cup in his hand and smiled. Sui, don't you think that Lin Fei will succeed? This elder will not let him get what he wants. Elder Wang, you seem to be very leisurely these days. Elder Feiyang's speed was very fast. He quickly appeared in another palace. He saw an old man leisurely bathing in the sun. Elder Wang squinted his eyes. So it is, Elder Feiyang. You don't visit me for no reason. How come you have the time to come here? I am here to deliver a message for Elder Feng. Elder Feiyang said with a smile. Elder Wang stood up. I wonder what instructions Elder Feng has for me. Elder Feiyang said that as the last stage of the chosen sage examination, he hopes that you can make some discreet changes at the last stage. Elder Feiyang's words were direct and straightforward. Elder Wang's position in the institute wasn't high. However, when it came to the last stage of the Saint Sun assessment, his influence was great. Elder Wang was startled. He asked in a low voice, who offended Elder Feng? Lin Fei, the invincible king conferred by the great emperor, is participating in the assessment to become the Saint Sun. Elder Feiyang let out a sinister laugh. Lin Fei has a bad temper at such a young age, and he considers everyone beneath him. I hope that you can take care of him in the final trial. A genius conferred the title of king by the martial monarch must have an outstanding performance. The last stage of the Saint Sun assessment was to complete a Saint Sun's mission. The difficulty of the Saint Sun's mission was very high. It was almost a narrow escape. The Institute's purpose was to test the Saint Suns. Every single saint in the academy was the real deal, and they all possessed terrifying strength. Elder Wang said in a serious tone. Elder Feng, please tell the elder that I will take care of the genius conferred by the great emperor. He is the pillar of the institute. Not bad, not bad. A pillar like Lin Fei indeed needs to be taken seriously. Elder Feiyang chuckled. Thank you for your concern, Elder Wang. The Saint Sun assessment begins. Outside the hall, the institute's strongest assessment had begun. Lin Fei had risen from an inner disciple to a legacy disciple in one go. Now he was going to participate in the Saint Sun assessment. This was unprecedented. Even a veteran legacy disciple, a Zenith Heaven Golden Celestial, would not dare to challenge the assessment. A new disciple was challenging the assessment. I dare to bet that Lin Fei will come out soon. If the Saint Sun assessment was so easy, I would have become a saint 100 years ago. When Lin Fei turned and walked into the hall, the legacy disciples and legacy disciples outside started discussing in private. This person, Lin Fei, this name they could never forget. 100 years to become a direct disciple. 200 years to become a true disciple, and they could still be proud of it. However, Lin Fei's position had been rising non-stop in a single day. When they compared themselves to each other, they felt like they were nothing more than dog shit. Compare? There was no way to compare. With a single slap from Lin Fei, the only pride they had was slapped resoundingly. I wonder what the final assessment will be. Facing the Saint Sun assessment, Lin Fei was quite interested to know. Another small plain space? After entering, Lin Fei was teleported to a small plain space created by the Institute's mighty figures. King-ranked genius Lin Fei, are you sure you want to take the Saint Sun assessment? A white-clothed person appeared in the sky. It was Elder Feng, one of the 3 elders from before. At this moment, he spoke in a serious manner. Lin Fei nodded. I must become the saint. No matter how difficult it is, I will overcome it. All right. Elder Feng said. Listen carefully. The Saint Sun assessment is for you to defeat us, the 10 great elders. Swoosh, 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 with Lin Fei as the center. Several elders appeared out of thin air. All of them were Zenith Heaven Golden Immortals. The power of law surrounded them, cutting the endless void, and the aura was huge. A total of 10 elders surrounded Lin Fei. This is the Saint Sun assessment. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Elder Feng said, "There are a total of 2 stages in the Saint's trial. This is the first stage. There will be 10 elders who specialize in the combination of formations. Each of them is a high-level Zenith Golden Immortal. Lin Fei, you must be mentally prepared." At the same time, outside, Elder Chen was not calm either. "I wonder if junior brother Lin Fei will be able to block the 10 great elders?" These 10 great elders were hard-working elders who never showed their faces. Their combat strength was huge, and it could be considered the true ultimate assessment. The Saint Sun assessment was extremely difficult. Not even 1 in 10,000 people could pass it. Until now, there were only 100 saints in the Holy Heaven Academy. It was obvious how difficult the Saint Sun assessment was. Many true disciples were stuck at this stage, unable to take the important step and reach the sky in a single bound. "All right, the assessment begins now." Elder Feng disappeared into thin air, leaving behind 10 elders to surround Lin Fei. "Elder Chin, do you think Lin Fei can pass?" Elder Feng appeared outside and asked Elder Chin casually. "That's hard to say. I'm afraid no one knows how strong junior brother Lin Fei is other than himself," Elder Chin said. "Junior brother Lin Fei, I'm starting to look forward to how he's going to fight against 10 elder-level experts." Elder Feng stared at the screen in the sky. Inside, the battle had begun. Formation. The 10 elder-level experts shouted and unleashed the power of laws. 10 different types of power of laws intertwined together, forming an inescapable net that sealed the sky and suppressed the void. "This is a cage of laws. It's unbreakable," Elder Chun exclaimed. "That's right. It's a cage of laws that suppresses the void, forming an absolute space that blocks all paths of escape. We have to fight them head-on." Lin Fei immediately realized the secret behind the 10 types of power of laws. They've suppressed the void and the earth. If I want to defeat them, I'll have to bring out my true strength. As expected of the son of saints' strongest assessment, each of these 10 elders is at least a 7-point nomological expert. Just enough for me to fight them. God demon body. Lin Fei did not waste any time. His 100-jong tall body stood tall. 3 heads and 6 arms. Chapter 902. With 3 heads and 6 arms, a vast and ancient fiend god aura appeared, as if a fiend god had come to life. Heavens, isn't this the fiend god great mystique that only fiend gods can cultivate? 3 heads and 6 arms? He actually managed to cultivate it. A king-ranked prodigy had broken the Academy's records in succession, creating a new record in the Academy. Many elders in seclusion had personally come to watch. They wanted to find out what was going on. In the endless void, a group of elders were paying attention to the movements below. It's indeed a fiend god great mystique. Once this mystique is used, it's invincible in close combat. I didn't expect a fiend god great mystique to appear on a king-ranked prodigy. Maybe he can really break the Academy's record and become the Academy's new son of saint. Lin Fei has a great mystique, but he might not be able to defeat the 10 ascetic elders. Our Academy has never had a golden immortal defeat the 10 ascetic elders. The son of saint assessment will end with Lin Fei's failure. In the small plain below, Lin Fei revealed his 3 heads and 6 arms, a vast ancient aura, standing in the void. The enormous fiend god aura turned into a storm that filled the sky, tearing open one void after another. Space collapsed and astral winds sliced. I'm going to make my move. The 10 ascetic elders happen to become Lin Fei's test targets. Nomological law bind. One of the ascetic elders waved his hand, and white threads flew out, trying to bind Lin Fei. Nomological law. Freeze 10,000 miles. Another ascetic elder made his move, and under the spatial shackles, ice appeared once again. In an instant, Lin Fei was frozen into a statue. The 10 ascetic elders made their move with monstrous strength, under their coordination. Even a high-level perfected golden immortal would not dare to underestimate them. Nomological law cut. The 10 ascetic elders did not show any mercy. They used all their trump cards, not giving Lin Fei any chance to make a move. Did he lose? Elder Qin sucked in a breath of cold air. This result was unacceptable. Elder Qin, you don't have to be like this. The 10 great ascetic elders are all old monsters who have lived for 100,000 years. When they attack, they gain the upper hand. Lin Fei's strength is not ordinary. Slightly inferior. Ka ka ka, as soon as he finished speaking. The ice in the sky was reduced to dust, and a giant god-fiend walked out from the ice. The 10 ascetic elders truly live up to their reputation. They gave me a great deal of pressure the moment they attacked. If it wasn't for my great improvement in strength and my god-demon body reaching 4th transformation, perhaps I would have lost in a single round. He actually broke the seal, as expected of the king genius conferred by the great emperor. Everyone, let's attack together. The ascetic cultivation elders were all experienced and knowledgeable. They instantly sensed danger from Lin Fei's body. 10,000 miles of ice. Gravity. Bind. In the face of the oncoming power of laws, Lin Fei was surprisingly calm. The corners of his mouth curled up in excitement. Using strength to break through. 3 heads and 6 arms. God-demon might. Boom, boom, boom. At this moment, Lin Fei activated his divine power. Each of his 6 arms exploded with the power of nearly 10,000 dragons. He did not use any explosive attacks. Saint Dragon Step. Lin Fei broke through the layers of restrictions and charged toward the ascetic cultivation elder. His 6 arms slammed down at the same time. Explode, explode, explode. The ascetic cultivation elder obviously did not expect that his opponent could break through the restrictions and reach him. He hurriedly tried to block, but the immortal armor on his body cracked and his body caved in. He was sent flying. Who would have thought that after using 3 heads and 6 arms, my strength would increase unknowingly? My attack power has doubled, almost reaching the power of 120,000 dragons. In one round, Lin Fei had made an ascetic cultivation elder lose the ability to fight. Again, Lin Fei licked his lips and charged toward the nearest ascetic cultivation elder. Ice Seal. This ascetic cultivation elder was the one who had used Ice Seal. The void was frozen, and everything within 10,000 miles was white. Even the air was sealed. Open, the fiend god's arm, carrying divine power, slammed down one by one. The ice seal became a complete joke. Lin Fei crushed his way through, truly reaching the level of breaking through with force. Your laws can't trap me. The fiend god's arm unleashed its power and sent the ascetic cultivation elder flying. In just 2 short moves, Lin Fei had defeated 2 ascetic cultivation elders with the fiend god's mystique. This shocked all the elders. Breaking through with force? How is that possible? I'm not seeing things, right? That kid used breaking through with force. Every arm contains limitless divine power, and he actually defeated 2 ascetic cultivation elders in a row. Freak, what a freak! Is our academy really going to produce a true peerless genius? Rumor has it that in ancient times the fiend god race was the strongest race. They pursued the pinnacle of power, and every fiend god could break through with force. They were truly a race blessed by the heavens. I didn't think that a human who cultivates the fiend god's mystique would appear in our academy and can even use breaking through with force. All the elders were dumbfounded. Even they did not think that they would be able to easily suppress Lin Fei. Nomological law, suppress. Thump, 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 thump. The remaining 8 ascetic cultivation elders remained expressionless, but their hearts were filled with shock. Giant nomological law, pillars, appeared from their bodies, and the weather changed. A total of 8 nomological law pillars appeared, and they were no longer ethereal like before. This must be their last resort. There were a total of 8 nomological law pillars, and each one was tens of thousands of feet tall, piercing through the world. Boom! The 8 nomological law pillars arrived one after another, suppressing him. His powerful fourth transformation, Fiend God's body cracked, and blood flowed out. His entire body was covered in blood. What a freakish body! The suppression of the nomological law pillars can't injure Lin Fei. The elders were dumbfounded once again. They had never seen anyone use their body to resist the suppression of the nomological law pillars. The 8 ascetic cultivation elders activated their natal laws, but they could not shake Lin Fei's body. Eternal divine fist, 10 times the power, 3 heads and 6 arms. His 6 arms exploded with 10 times the power. Each arm contained the power of almost 100,000 dragons. With the support, it reached the power of 1,200,000 dragons. Crack, 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 the power of 1,200,000 dragons slammed into the 8 nomological law pillars. The 10,000 feet tall existence was filled with cracks, and it was a shocking sight. The 8 ascetic cultivation elders spat out blood. They were all injured. You've passed the trial. The 8 ascetic cultivation elders, whose expressions had never changed, were finally moved. Saying this, the 8 ascetic elders were extremely bitter. It was their first defeat. That power just now. The elders who were watching from the side all revealed looks of astonishment. Looks like we are really old. The younger generation is stronger than the previous generation. Lin Fei already has the ability to fight against us. Our school will have another son of saint. Seeing this scene, they had to admit that even they were no match for Lin Fei. That peerless attack had shaken their minds, and it left an unforgettable scene. He had defeated the 10 ascetic cultivation elders. There was nothing for Lin Fei to be proud of. After achieving great success in his divine power, coupled with the 4th refinement God-Fiend body, he had comprehended the God-Fiend's specialty of breaking through techniques with brute force. Congratulations, you have successfully passed the first stage. You have obtained the right to become a son of saint. Elder Feng's tone was especially polite when he came out of the space again. He no longer put on airs. There's another stage? Lin Fei did not know about this. Yes, the Son of Saint assessment has a total of 2 stages. Elder Feng smiled. You have passed the first stage, which means you have the right to become a Son of Saint. The second stage is to complete the Son of Saint task. Once you complete the task, you will become the new son of the school. Oh, Lin Fei suddenly realized that there was such a thing. All right, come with me. When Lin Fei came out of the hall, he came out with the 3 ascetic cultivation elders. The personal and true disciples in the square were all shocked. They did not need to look to know what was going on. Lin Fei had really passed the first stage? What kind of joke was this? Since when did the assessment become as easy as eating and drinking? Many disciples suffered a blow. Comparing oneself to others was truly infuriating. The 3 invigilators brought Lin Fei to another palace, a very quiet and secluded palace. Elder Wang, an elder who was taking a nap, slowly opened his eyes. When he saw the 3 ascetic cultivation elders and a young man, he could not help but be surprised. So it's the 3 ascetic cultivation elders. Why are you here? Today, someone has successfully passed the stage and obtained the right to take the Son of Saint assessment. We are specially here to bring him to collect the task. Elder Feng smiled. Elder Wang, please get ready. Son of Saint mission. Elder Wang was slightly stunned. What's your name? I am Lin Fei. Not bad, not bad. The school needs a genius like you. A mere son of Saint mission should not be a problem for you. Elder Wang said. Junior brother Lin Fei, you're in luck. Elder Wang is a man of few words and rarely praises anyone. Elder Feng praised. Lin Fei, follow me. Elder Wang stood up and walked out of the palace with his back straight. To think that someone really passed the stage. Elder Wang was actually shocked by Elder Feiyang's words. He did not think much of it. Lin Fei, if you had offended Elder Feng, becoming a son of saint wouldn't be a problem. Unfortunately, don't blame me. You can only blame yourself. We're not on the same path. Inside the palace, it was completely empty. However, there were suns hanging in the air. Each of the suns emitted a scorching aura that seemed capable of burning a person into nothingness. What domineering flames! As soon as Lin Fei entered, he could feel the dangerous aura emitted by the blazing suns. The Sun of Saint Missions are all within those blazing suns. They are wrapped in the power of flames, making it impossible for outsiders to open them. Even I have no idea what kind of mission is inside. Elder Wang pointed casually. Choose one of the 3 blazing suns on the left. Lin Fei followed his gaze and saw that there were indeed 3 blazing suns on the left. However, he was puzzled. Didn't you say that I can choose freely? On the way here, Lin Fei had heard from Elder Feng that the final stage of the Son of Saint was a Son of Saint mission. One had to choose freely and rely on one's luck. Naturally, Lin Fei was puzzled by Elder Feng's decision. Chapter 903. Outside the palace. Elder Feng, what mission do you think Junior Lin Fei will complete? Asked an elder beside him. Holy Sun missions are divided into 5 stars. 1-star missions are the easiest to complete, followed by 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star missions. Among them, the 5-star Holy Sun mission is the most difficult. In the past, there was a true disciple who was unlucky enough to choose a 5-star Holy Sun mission to kill a half-step celestial king who had committed a heinous crime. In the end, he was killed. Usually, if one's luck isn't too bad, they will choose 2-star and 3-star missions. The previous Holy Sun chose a 2-star mission to destroy the Heavens Extermination Organization. Elder Shui said, Junior Lin Fei's combat strength is insane. He can easily complete 2-star and 3-star missions. Our school will soon have another Holy Sun. Elder Feng smiled and nodded in agreement. Elder Shui's words make sense. Junior Lin Fei has great luck. Normal Holy Sun missions won't be a problem for him. The one on the left is fine. Elder Wang didn't care whether Lin Fei agreed or not. He directly chose a scorching sun with a Holy Sun mission hidden in it. He didn't take Lin Fei, an influential figure, seriously at all. Go! Elder Wang waved his hand and shot out a beam of light that landed on the scorching sun. Immediately, the scorching sun that was filled with a scorching aura completely melted away. After losing the scorching aura, a scroll that looked like animal hide was left in its original place. The scroll flew back and landed in Elder Wang's hand. A smug look flashed across his eyes. A new disciple can take care of you with just a word. Elder Wang is targeting me. Lin Fei was no fool. He realized that there was a problem. The Holy Sun mission should be chosen by himself. I've never met Elder Wang before. Looks like someone doesn't want me to become the Holy Sun. Lin Fei laughed coldly in his heart. You guys don't want me to become the Holy Sun, but I will become the Holy Sun and slap your faces. His good impression of Elder Wang was instantly tossed beyond the highest heavens. If this was another place, Lin Fei wouldn't mind beating them up. Let's see what tricks you have up your sleeves. Since things had come to this, Lin Fei was not in a hurry. Perhaps the other party was waiting for him to speak. Elder Wang caught the beast hide scroll and secretly observed Lin Fei. He found that this kid's endurance was pretty good. At this moment, he could still hold his breath, which gave him less opportunity to reprimand him. I don't believe that you can remain so calm after hearing about the Holy Sun's mission. Elder Wang harumphed coldly in his heart. Lin Fei, congratulations, You're pretty lucky to have chosen the 5-star Saint Sun mission. Elder Wang narrowed his eyes. Only a 5-star Holy Sun mission like you, a genius conferred by the Arch of the Academy, is worthy of your identity. As expected, as soon as he heard the mission, Lin Fei cursed. I've never seen such a despicable and shameless elder like you. 5-star Holy Sun mission? Do you really think I'm so unreasonable and easy to fool? Lin Fei was clear that among the Holy Sun missions, the 1-star mission was the easiest and had the highest success rate. 5-star Holy Sun mission was the hardest, with less than 10% success rate. It was known as the Death Mission. Congratulate me? F***CK congratulation. Lin Fei, listen up. You have half a year to kill the Celestial Realm's most wanted criminal, the Great Sun Heavenly Demon. No change in expression? Elder Wang really wanted to see what kind of expression Lin Fei would have after hearing the news. In the end, there was no rage. Thank you for your kind intentions, Elder Wang. In the future, when I become a Holy Sun, I will definitely thank you for your kind intentions. Lin Fei took the beast hide scroll and said with a smile, Goodbye. Threatening this elder? Elder Wang's eyes narrowed. How could he not understand the meaning? He just snorted coldly, not thinking that he could come back alive. When you know how powerful the Great Sun Heavenly Demon is, you will know fear. He's out. When Lin Fei came out of the palace, the 3 elders came to welcome him. They were eager to know which star mission Lin Fei had drawn. Lin Fei, which star mission did you draw? Elder Feng asked. Take a look for yourselves. Lin Fei handed the beast hide scroll over. Elder Feng took it. The moment he took a look, he frowned and his smile changed. After flipping it open, his face darkened. What's going on? This is a 5-star Holy Sun mission. The other 2 elders were also shocked. A 5-star Holy Sun mission was a death mission. There was no possibility of success. That's impossible. You are a person with great luck. How could you draw a 5-star mission? Elder Feng was puzzled. Lin Fei smiled. Elder Wang's kind intentions. I feel that this mission is not bad. The 3 elders sat in their seats. When they heard this, they knew that Elder Wang must be targeting Lin Fei. Lin Fei, how did you offend Elder Wang? Lin Fei shrugged. I don't know either. In any case, it's like that. But it doesn't matter. Do the 3 elders know about this Great Sun Heavenly Demon? The 3 elders were unhappy. Elder Wang was not being fair. Was he going to ruin a genius? They knew that Elder Wang had done something, but they did not know what to say. Without any evidence, no one would believe what happened inside. Elder Feng's expression was solemn. I know about this Great Sun Heavenly Demon. He is a great sex fiend in the North region. He cultivates a peerless demonic technique that requires women as his cauldrons. His reputation is terrible, and he has harmed many women, family heiresses, and sect disciples. Our Divine Heaven Academy also has more than a dozen personal female disciples who have fallen into the hands of this Great Sun Heavenly Demon. This person is also very strong. He is a 9-part nomological law expert and is only 1 step away from the nomological law unification. So, he is a 9-part nomological law, pinnacle, zenith, heaven golden immortal. Lin Fei said, They really think highly of me to give me such a death mission. Elder Wang, how is it? After Lin Fei and the others left, Elder Fei Yang appeared again. Fortunately, I did not fail. Elder Fei Yang raised his eyebrows and revealed a smile. Good. Let's see how he completes this death mission. Celestial Heavenly Demon is an expert of the 9 laws. Countless Zenith Heaven Golden Immortals have died at his hands. Lin Fei is doomed this time, unless he gives up this qualification. Elder Fei Yang, by doing this we have offended Lin Fei. What if he completes the Saint's mission? Elder Wang had never forgotten the words left behind by Lin Fei. Elder Fei Yong revealed a disdainful look. He can also become a saint? Elder Wang, you are destroying your own prestige and boosting the arrogance of others. This is not good at all. All right, I will leave first. I hope so. Elder Wang shook his head. After leaving the palace, Lin Fei bade farewell to the 3 elders and returned to his invincible peak. At this time, many direct and core disciples had gathered outside the invincible peak. When they saw Lin Fei, they went up to him with more enthusiasm than anyone else. Congratulations, junior brother Lin Fei. You will become a saint in the near future. Senior brother Luo Shan, congratulations, junior brother Lin Fei. Another saint is going to be born in our academy. Junior brother will definitely become one of the best. Many senior direct disciples even went up to Lin Fei personally to present him with gifts. After all, Lin Fei's identity was going to be different soon. A saint represented a faction in the academy. No matter how powerful a core disciple was, they were weak in front of saint. Every disciple who could become a saint was extremely powerful. It would be a piece of cake for them to defeat them. Lin Fei could be considered to have half a foot into the ranks of a saint. He should make use of this time to get in touch with other disciples. What? Junior brother Lin Fei got the death mission? Kill the infamous Great Sun, Heavenly Demon? Is this a scam? Unlucky, really unlucky. The Great Sun, Heavenly Demon is very powerful. He managed to escape several times. Junior brother Lin Fei will definitely be in danger. If he can't become a saint, what's the point of contacting him? Let's go back. Unknowingly, the news that Lin Fei got the death mission had spread among them. Initially, they wanted to contact Lin Fei, but after hearing the news, they all found an excuse to leave. The originally bustling scene suddenly became quiet. Master, they're so unkind. The servants were all enraged. Lin Fei relaxed. Don't be angry with them. Time will prove everything. Lin Fei was not interested in fawning over them. Now that they had left, he could relax and save himself the trouble of dealing with them. Needless to say, Lin Fei knew that the news must have been spread by someone in the dark. He was not interested in finding out more about it. He would deal with them when he came back. Half a day later, the news that Lin Fei got the death mission had spread in the school. While everyone was shocked, they sighed at Lin Fei's bad luck. He got the death mission when he took a big step forward. Unless he gave up on the mission, he would not be able to take another mission for 100 years. To go or not to go? Suddenly it became a gossip. Long Tian, from today onwards, you will be in charge of the invincible peak. Before leaving the school, Lin Fei arranged for Long Tian to be in charge. With a Daluo Golden Immortal in charge, no one would dare to cause trouble for him. Master, don't worry. With me here, no one will dare to cause trouble. Lin Fei told him about the invincible peaks array so that he could completely master it. After that, he left the school. Other than completing the saint's mission, an important mission, Lin Fei was here to seek revenge. He wanted to vent his anger. He had been holding it in for a long time. It was time to strike. Junior brother Lin Fei. As soon as he stepped out of the academy, Lin Fei bumped into 3 elders and stopped in his tracks. Greetings, 3 elders. Other than the 3 elders, there was also Elder Qin. Are you really going to complete the mission? Lin Fei nodded. Yes, I am not afraid of trouble. Since I want to become the saint, I must fight to the death. Seeing that Lin Fei was determined, the 3 elders sighed. Junior brother Lin Fei, this is about the whereabouts of the Great Sun, Heavenly Demon. It might be of help to you. Chapter 904. P.S. Thank you, World Annihilation Divine Heaven, for your rewards, and the monthly votes that you have cast. Lin Fei's decision to leave the school and complete the saint's test was beyond everyone's expectations. Most of the saints who had participated in such a death mission would choose to give up and not participate blindly. A 5-star test was equivalent to a death mission. What an idiot. Everyone had the same thought. If it were them, they would never participate in the Saint's test. It was suicide. As for completing the mission, no one believed that Lin Fei had the ability to do so. If the great sun heavenly demon was so easy to deal with, it would have been taken care of long ago. It would not be so free and unrestrained now. To someone, Lin Fei participating in the test was undoubtedly a piece of good news. In order to celebrate this piece of good news, someone specially opened a bottle of good wine to celebrate. Lin Fei, your arrogance is boundless. How dare you participate in such a death mission? You can wear out iron shoes in a fruitless search, only to find it without even looking for it. Elder Fei Yong cursed Lin Fei countless times in his heart. Now he could finally be proud and elated. Such an arrogant person should just die outside and not come back. It would save him the trouble of being annoyed every time he saw him. North region. In the cloudless sky, a black lightning bird spread its enormous wings. It was thousands of feet long, gliding for tens of thousands of li as it slowly flew past. Senior brother, that Lin Fei is really funny. He knows that the great sun heavenly demon is powerful and cruel, but he still dares to go personally. He really doesn't know how to write the word death. On the bird, a girl in pink giggled. Of course, who asked Lin Fei to be the king-conferred genius of our school? He has the capital to be arrogant. Once he succeeds, he will become a saint and reach the heavens in one step. Ha ha ha, I think he will go to hell in one step. On the bird, a group of 7 to 8 people laughed. This group was the disciples of the Holy Heaven Academy. They were out hunting ferocious beasts to earn contribution points. Why is there a mass of dark clouds in front? All of a sudden, in front of them, they saw a dark cloud that was 1,000 feet in size enveloping them. Its speed was extremely fast, and it appeared in front of them in the blink of an eye. It was indeed not normal for a black cloud to appear in broad daylight. In the black clouds, a blood-colored light attacked, like a wave, blowing over their bodies. Bang, bang, bang. The lightning birds were confined in the sky, unable to fly even if they had wings. The bodies of the Holy Heaven Academy disciples on their backs exploded one by one, and in the blink of an eye only one remained. His face was pale, and his body started to tremble. As a pinnacle golden immortal, this disciple of the Elysium Academy had never encountered such terror before. The senior and junior brothers around him were all killed in the blink of an eye. Who are you? What do you want to do? I am a disciple of the Holy Heaven Academy. Do you know the consequences of attacking a disciple of the Holy Heaven Academy? Hee. The dark cloud scattered, and an old man walked out. Behind him was a sea of blood that overflowed into the heavens. Raging waves beat against the shore. Hee, Holy Heaven Academy. Soul capture! The old man extended his hand and grabbed. The Holy Heaven Academy's disciple was scared out of his wits. His primordial spirit was pulled out and landed on the other party's body, leaving behind a body that had lost everything. It's been a long time since I ate a human. No, the old man ate the primordial spirit in one mouthful, and with a flick of his finger, the body exploded. A moment later, I came a step too late. I didn't expect Lin Fei to have left the academy. The old man's bloodthirsty eyes turned. However, this is good. There are great experts in the Holy Heaven Academy. It is not difficult to kill Lin Fei, but it is difficult to capture him alive. It is better to capture him alive outside and bring him back to the master. Great sun, heavenly demon? He. The old man turned around, tore open the void, and left. The confined lightning bird regained its freedom. It spread its wings and flew high. With a scream, it turned into a skeleton in an instant. He left the Holy Heaven Academy. Lin Fei did not go to find the great sun, heavenly demon, directly. According to the information, the great sun, heavenly demon, was an expert with 90% nomological laws. He was only one step away from becoming an immortal king. He was a rather terrifying existence. Lin Fei was not in a hurry to prepare for half a year's time. Purgatory sect, I, Lin Fei, am back. This time, I will teach you a lesson. Lin Fei went straight to the immortal wild city where he had stayed after ascending. Before dealing with the matters of the Purgatory sect, Lin Fei planned to meet Cheng Fei, Xueshan, and the others. When he ascended, he was severely injured by the Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal. If not for the help of Cheng Fei and the others, he might have fallen into the hands of the Purgatory sect. Lin Fei wanted to thank Cheng Fei and the others. He would never forget the kindness of a drop of water. The immortal wild city was located in a remote corner of the northern region, far away. Lin Fei did not care about this distance at all. He used the sacred dragon step and exceeded the limit of his speed. 3 days later, the immortal wild city had already appeared in front of Lin Fei. Haha, I, Lin Fei, am finally back. The immortal wild city was in sight. Let me see where Cheng Fei and Xueshan are. His enormous divine sense swept out and enveloped the entire immortal wild city. Now Lin Fei had the strength. City Lord, our Purgatory sect will definitely thank you for this matter. Thank you for capturing Cheng Fei and Xueshan. Immortal wild city in a huge palace. This palace was resplendent and magnificent. It was the immortal wild city's city, Lord Mansion. It's just a small matter. It's not worth mentioning. In the main hall of the palace, there was singing and dancing, and celestial music lingered in the air. The immortal wild city lord was receiving a young man with an imposing appearance. His tone was extremely polite, as if he was lowering his status. A city lord, a golden immortal expert. Someone who could make the immortal wild city lord curry favor with was naturally an overlord. This young man just so happened to have such a backer behind him. Purgatory sect! The young man laughed. A few suspects is indeed a trivial matter to the city lord, but to our Purgatory sect, it is a great humiliation. Capturing them is of great significance. Congratulations, young Master Qi. You have made a great contribution. Let me toast you. The immortal wild city lord raised his wine cup. The reason why I was able to make a contribution is because of the city lord's help. When the higher-ups reward me, I will definitely put in a good word for you. Ha ha ha, many thanks. Let's drink, let's drink. That day, the Purgatory sect mobilized a large number of people to chase after the criminal. It caused a huge commotion in the city, but they still couldn't find the whereabouts of the criminal. The Purgatory sect could no longer maintain their dignity. To capture a mere heaven immortal, they almost flipped over the entire mountain range, but they still couldn't find him. It was as if he had disappeared into thin air. For a moment, the Purgatory sect became a joke. The Purgatory sect, which had hundreds of thousands of disciples, couldn't even capture a heaven immortal criminal. They had lost all their face. Young Master Qi was one of the people in charge. With his methods, he finally found some clues. After personally visiting the immortal wild city lord, he finally found some clues and caught the suspect. Today, young Master Qi personally came to take the person away and interrogate him to find out the whereabouts of that person. Boom! A huge divine sense swept across, shocking them on the spot. Especially the immortal wild city lord, he couldn't keep his face. Such an unbridled divine sense search caused the immortal wild city lord, who had always wanted to show off, to lose face. Who is so daring to do whatever he wants in the immortal wild city. The immortal wild city lord snorted coldly. He directly tore open the void and appeared in the sky above the immortal wild city. His similarly huge divine sense locked onto the location of the person and directly attacked. Who are you? You are so daring. At first, the immortal wild city lord thought that it was a great expert who was just trying to vent his anger. But when he saw that it was a golden immortal young man, he completely relaxed. In terms of strength and identity, this young man could not be compared to him. You are the immortal wild city lord. That's right. I am the immortal Wild City Lord. The immortal Wild City Lord sneered. You used your divine sense wantonly in the immortal Wild City and disturbed the city. Surrender now, lest I make a move. After befriending young Master Qi, the immortal Wild City Lord became even more confident. Do you know Qing Fei and Shuashan? Qing Fei and Shuashan. The immortal Wild City Lord's anger rose. Who do you think you are? I don't know you, but you, surrender now. Then let me remind you that Shuashan and Qing Fei, who you don't know, are the suspects that you're going to hand over to Purgatory Sect. Lin Fei said indifferently, and I am the criminal that you are going to capture. Do you understand now? You are Lin Fei. The immortal Wild City Lord's eyes flashed as he laughed loudly. Ha ha ha, the heavens are really helping me. You took the initiative to deliver yourself to me. When I capture you, Purgatory Sect will become my biggest backer. The immortal Wild City Lord could not imagine that he would be so lucky to meet a criminal that was being captured by Purgatory Sect. Young Master Qi is really my benefactor. Get over here. The immortal Wild City Lord was extremely excited. He stretched out his hand and grabbed. His celestial force turned into a giant hand that could hold up the sky and locked the space. He was going to capture Lin Fei. The immortal Wild City Lord revealed a proud smile. He was going to make a great contribution soon. That grab froze in the air above Lin Fei, unable to advance any further, as though it was blocked by something. How is this possible? Lin Fei flicked his fingernails. I don't like people who work with Purgatory Sect. Huff, a breath came out of Lin Fei's mouth. The wind blew and the immortal Wild City Lord turned into a skeleton and then turned into powder. You dare to touch Qing Fei and Shuashan? You are really tired of being the immortal Wild City Lord. A cold light flashed in Lin Fei's eyes. Purgatory Sect, you are really unyielding. After so long, you are still targeting me. If I don't destroy you, I will be letting you down. In the palace, young Master Qi was drinking wine. He was in a good mood. Young Master Qi, the immortal Wild City Lord, is obviously going to rely on you. Why don't you take him in? A lackey beside him said in a low voice. No rush, no rush. I have seen this kind of trash many times. Young Master Qi said proudly. If he was not a city lord, I would not even care about him. City lord can barely be considered as an errand boy. Congratulations, you don't need to care about the immortal Wild City Lord anymore. A black-clothed man appeared in the palace and interrupted the song and dance in the palace. A person appeared out of nowhere and interrupted everything in the palace. Chapter 905. Qi Shao rarely drank and enjoyed himself. He was dreaming of making meritorious contributions when he returned and increasing his influence in the sect. He wanted to show off. Suddenly, a man in black appeared in the hall. The good atmosphere was interrupted. Young Master Qi was not happy. The most important thing was that he did not need the immortal Wild City Governor. Young Master Qi, as a disciple of Purgatory Sect, had a certain status in the sect. In order to hunt down Lin Fei, he had spent a lot of effort to get the right to do this. In his heart, young Master Qi had already treated the immortal Wild City Governor as his subordinate, who asked the immortal Wild City Governor to do this. When the man in black said this, young Master Qi was very unhappy. A mere golden celestial dared to behave atrociously here. He really did not know the immensity of heaven and earth. What a great Purgatory Sect! Do you really think that this place is yours? The man in black said calmly. Brat, how dare you disrespect young Master Qi? No matter who you are, kneel down and kowtow to young Master Qi. One of the subordinates behind young Master Qi shouted. He took a step forward and instantly appeared hundreds of feet away. He opened his mouth and a black arrow flew out. Chi, chi, chi. When the black arrow flew out, a rotten smell spread out in the surroundings. It was almost suffocating. Brat, Have a taste of my heart, devouring poison arrow." The subordinate laughed sinisterly. It seemed like he was going to eat the opponent. Scram! A sentence that was neither light nor heavy was accompanied by a cold snort. The man's body exploded, and the black arrow also exploded. It flew everywhere and landed on many palace maids. Immediately after, screams could be heard. White bones were left in the palace. The scene was a mess. "How dare you kill my subordinate?" Young Master Chi's face was gloomy. Although a subordinate was nothing, he represented his face outside. It was no different from being slapped in the face. "So what if I killed him?" The man in black said disapprovingly. "You will die later." Young Master Chi laughed loudly. His eyes revealed a look of disdain. "You want to kill me? What a joke. You are just a golden celestial. I can kill you any time. Since I am in a good mood, I will give you a chance to kill yourself. I will leave your corpse intact." With the backing of Purgatory Sect, young Master Chi did not care about anything. In this area, no one dared to disrespect the Purgatory Sect. A golden immortal? It really wasn't a threat at all. The man in black was Lin Fei, who had killed the city lord of Immortal Field City. In the entire Immortal Wilderness City, other than a golden immortal, there were no other experts. "You talk big. No wonder the Purgatory Sect is so arrogant." Lin Fei shook his head lightly. "You can have the self-destruction." Phew! A gust of wind blew past. The demon god's hand shot out, and a large area of the void collapsed. "Rebellious! Rebellious! How dare you attack?" Young Master Chi is a perfected golden immortal who has cultivated the power of law. In a place like Immortal Wild City, he is an expert. "Suppress!" Young Lord Chi was enraged. He clenched his hand, causing a scorching aura to intertwine together, burning the void. A square-shaped formation descended from the sky. His fingers were like towering pillars, and runes flickered. The demon god's hand contained boundless divine power. When it slammed into the stone pillar trembled, and the runes in the sky exploded into pieces. Puff! Young Master Chi immediately coughed out a mouthful of blood. He was injured by that claw attack, and he was greatly shocked. He was actually unable to suppress a golden immortal. Who is this person? With a single move, he realized that this person is not simple. Scorching divine sword, raging flames burning the heavens. Young Lord Chi changed his moves quickly. A blood-colored divine sword condensed. It was like a blood-colored ribbon that slashed at the demon god's hand. The scorching power slashed at it. "I can't break the defense." The sword left a mark on the demon god's hand, and it immediately recovered. "You, what exactly is your background?" The demon god's hand's thick palm enlarged infinitely. It reached out and grabbed the divine sword. With a casual squeeze, it directly crushed and lost its power. "You don't have the right to know." The supreme-grade divine armor that young Lord Chi was wearing instantly exploded into pieces. His body was covered with wounds, and it was a tragic sight to behold. Puff! The demon god's hand casually smashed the divine armor, and with a palm of china, he easily grabbed young Lord Chi's neck. Pa, 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 pa! Young Lord Chi lost his divine armor, and a wave of divine power exploded on his body. Young Lord Chi, who was flaunting his prowess earlier, exploded more than half of his body. "No, I'm a genius of the Purgatory Gate. You, a mere golden immortal, are qualified to go against me? Let me go now. I'm a disciple of the Purgatory Gate. Offending me is offending the Purgatory Gate." Young Lord Chi was furious. No matter how he struggled, it was useless. His whole body was in pain. As soon as his immortal power returned to his body, a mysterious power kept exploding in his body, and he was mentally and physically exhausted. Purgatory Gate? Haha, inside the palace, the people that young Lord Chi brought with him were all stunned. In just a few seconds, Their master fell into the hands of the black-robed man. They couldn't believe it. When they came to their senses, they fought to kill the black-robed man, Lin Fei. Save the young master. Kill this black-robed man. Everyone, let's kill this kid together. Lin Fei didn't give them any chance. His other demon god's hand turned into a palm that was hundreds of feet wide, and it smashed down from the sky. The wind and clouds changed color, and the huge palace suddenly collapsed. The flowers, grass, and pavilions were all turned into ruins. As for young Lord Qi's subordinates, were all smashed into powder. They couldn't be more dead. Young Lord Qi's pupils shrank, and he screamed, "You're going against the Purgatory Gate. You're dead. The brothers of the Purgatory Gate will be back soon. You can't run away." Crack! Lin Fei flicked his finger. His divine power was like a knife, and it cut off young Lord Qi's 2 legs. Blood gushed out. "Ah, I'm going to kill you." Young Lord Qi was a genius of the Purgatory Gate. When did he suffer? You'd better save it. Lin Fei poked with his finger and destroyed young Lord Qi's dantian. The young and vigorous young Lord Qi seemed to have aged 100 years in an instant, and his body was filled with the aura of aging. Open your eyes and take a good look at who I am. Young Lord Qi was thrown out and hit a pillar. He vomited a mouthful of blood, and the whole sky darkened. His life lost its color. "You, how dare you destroy my dantian?" Young Lord Qi almost fainted, and he kept coughing out blood. He couldn't believe that he had become a cripple. A golden celestial could defeat him in minutes. "Who are you? Why did you attack me?" Divine power gathered behind Lin Fei and turned into a throne. He sat on it. "Looks like your memory isn't good. My name is Lin Fei. You have your memory now, right?" Young Lord Qi stared at Lin Fei for a while, and his pupils shrank, revealing fear. You are Lin Fei. How can you be so powerful? No, impossible. Aren't you a puny sky celestial?" He really couldn't believe that Lin Fei would appear in front of him and defeat him in one move. He was a genius disciple of the Purgatory Gate, and he had cultivated for 800 years. How could he not be a match for an ascender? That's all in the past. Lin Fei said, "Haven't you been looking for me? I appeared, but you weren't strong enough. You couldn't even block one move." Whoosh! Something happened in the palace. The private soldiers of the city, Lord's mansion, surrounded the mansion tightly. "Who are you? Where did our city, Lord, go?" A middle-aged man in white clothes with a dignified face and an imposing appearance flew in from outside, surrounded by a few generals. His eyes were serious, especially when he saw young Lord Qi, who had lost his legs and was full of celestial power. Lin Fei glanced at him casually. "If you don't want to die, go and release Qing Fei and Xueshan from the cage." Hiss! With a casual glance, Zhao Mu's heart shook. A terrifying and dangerous aura rose from his back. He broke out in cold sweat, and his hair stood on end. What a terrifying gaze! Who is this young man? Why does he make me feel endless pressure with just a glance? It seems like I will die and cease to exist if he makes a move. Zhao Mu was the vice city lord of a mortal field city. After hearing the commotion in the city lord's mansion, he immediately rushed over with the mansion soldiers and saw a shocking scene. The city lord was nowhere to be seen, and the representative of Purgatory sect, young Lord Qi, was completely defeated. His dantian was destroyed. Zhao Mu was shocked by the cruel methods. Young Lord Qi was a disciple of Purgatory sect that even Zhao Mu didn't dare to offend. Now that he was a prisoner and in a sorry state, he was extremely afraid of this black-clothed man. "City Lord Zhao, he is Lin Fei, a criminal of our Purgatory sect. Capture him immediately, and it will be equivalent to making a great contribution." Seeing that City Lord Zhao Mu had appeared, young Lord Qi seemed to have grabbed onto his last hope. "As long as we capture Lin Fei, I will guarantee that you will become the city lord. The Purgatory sect will be your backer." Zhao Mu was tempted. Although the Vice City Lord looked mighty, the power was actually in the hands of the immortal Field City Lord. He was just a deputy. Should he make a move or not? Since Zhao Mu could become a Vice City Lord, he was naturally not a simple person. This black-clothed man gave him an extremely dangerous aura. If you want to follow in the footsteps of the immortal Field City Lord, I can give you a chance. Lin Fei said calmly. I will give you 3 breaths of time to consider whether you will follow my request or his request. 1, 2. Zhao Mu's heartbeat quickened. Ever since he became the city lord, he had never encountered such a difficult choice. Especially Lin Fei's words. It shocked him once again. Zhao Mu, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and capture Lin Fei. I will be your backer, and it will not be a problem for you to soar in the future. Young Lord Qi's voice suddenly stopped. Long-winded, Lin Fei snorted coldly, wasting young Lord Qi's right to speak. 3. Have you considered it? Cold sweat appeared on Zhao Mu's forehead. He couldn't afford to offend this person. In order to capture this Lin Fei, the Purgatory sect had spent a lot of effort, but they still couldn't find him. Today, when he appeared, he almost started a massacre. The city lord must have died in his hands. Men, go to the dungeon and bring Cheng Fei and Shuaishan out. Just as Zhao Mu finished speaking, a venomous gaze fell on him, causing him to feel guilty. In fact, from the start, Zhao Mu didn't approve of the city lord getting involved in this kind of matter. Now that the wanted criminal had appeared, it was like a lightning strike, showing his mysterious side. Zhao Mu didn't dare to act recklessly. Not bad. You made the right choice, or else I wouldn't mind killing you. Lin Fei said calmly. Withdraw, everyone. I don't want anyone else to come in. Zhao Mu's forehead was covered in cold sweat. He ordered the people behind him. Withdraw, everyone! From the other party's tone, Zhao Mu could tell that the other party wasn't joking at all. Maybe this person really could kill him in a few breaths of time. Outside the city, Lord's mansion, a large number of private soldiers quickly withdrew, forming a blockade. The city Lord's mansion suddenly became quiet. Zhao Mu retreated from the city Lord's mansion. His back was covered in cold sweat. A gaze and a few words scared him to the point that he couldn't even muster the will to resist. City Lord, are we really not going to help Purgatory sect? A trusted disciple came out of the city Lord's mansion with a puzzled expression. This is a good opportunity for us. Lin Fei is a criminal of Purgatory sect. If we capture him, it will be a great merit, and the city lord will definitely soar. Zhao Mu narrowed his eyes. Shut up if I hear such words again. You know the consequences. The trusted disciple's expression changed. The city lord might be dead. We don't need to interfere in this matter. Zhao Mu said that Lin Fei looks like he's in the Golden Immortal Realm, but he's a rare talent that can completely defeat Purgatory sect. His strength is peerless. If we just watch from the side, we can't afford to offend anyone. Dungeon, a dark and gloomy place. The dripping sound of water constantly echoed in the dungeon, making people feel like time was passing. Captain Chung, it's all my fault. If it wasn't for me, the people from the city, Lord's mansion, wouldn't have followed the clues and found us in a dark dungeon. At this moment, there were 5 people locked up. All of them were covered with wounds, and their bodies were chained up, suppressing their strength, making them unable to move. Ever since he saved Lin Fei, Cheng Fei knew what would happen. Later on, Lin Fei went on a killing spree and lured people away. As the captain of the adventure group for safety reasons, Cheng Fei specially brought people out of Immortal Wild City. He only returned recently, thinking that the storm had passed. However, they didn't expect that after so much time had passed, Purgatory sect was still chasing after Lin Fei, not giving up at all. The moment they appeared in Immortal Wild City, they were targeted. It turned out that when Shuaishan accompanied Lin Fei out, he was remembered. This time, when he returned, he was immediately surrounded by the private soldiers of the city lord's mansion. They were only heavenly immortals and mysterious immortals, so they were unable to resist their opponents as soon as they made a move, and they were immediately suppressed and tortured to the point they were practically on the verge of death. Xiao Shan, this isn't your fault. Don't take it to heart. In the corner, Cheng Fei had aged a lot. He had lost his left arm, leaving behind an empty sleeve. All of this can only be fate. Speaking of which, it was the captain who harmed you. I'm sorry. Back then, it was Cheng Fei's own decision to save Lin Fei. Today's outcome was actually left behind back then. Captain, don't say that. We don't blame you. Xue Shan was already a hot-blooded man. Under the tempering of blood, he was even more courageous than before. If Big Brother Lin knew, he would definitely take revenge for us. Ha ha ha, you felons, after offending the purgatory sect, just wait for death. Outside the cage, the two guards sneered and spat. Hee hee, I heard that the people from the purgatory sect are here and are about to take them away. TSK, if you fall into the hands of the purgatory sect, I guarantee that you will wish you were dead and regret going against the purgatory sect. The purgatory sect was a large sect in the northern region. Even the two guards knew what the purgatory sect represented. I heard that the purgatory sect has tens of thousands of torture methods, specially used to torture mortals. It's a pity that I won't have the chance to feast my eyes on them. The two guards mocked to their heart's content. They did not think that these felons would have a chance of surviving in the future. They would definitely die once they arrived at the purgatory sect. No one had ever survived the torture of the purgatory sect. Scoundrel, I'll kill you guys sooner or later. Xue Shan had gone out to train and kill immortal beasts. He was hot-blooded and furious as he glared at the two guards. Ha 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 you! The two guards burst into unbridled laughter again. If not for the orders from above, I'll whip you guys to death. At this moment, footsteps could be heard from the end of the long corridor. The two guards laughed even more gleefully. Did you hear that? The people from the purgatory sect are here, and they're about to take you guys away. Your doomsday is here. True enough. A few people appeared at the end of the corridor and strode over. Prefecture soldiers? The two guards were slightly stunned when they saw the people approaching. They were not from the purgatory sect, as they had imagined. Brothers, did the purgatory sect come to pick them up? One of the guards asked them, not forgetting to reveal a proud smile. Get lost. A few prefecture soldiers came up. Open the door. The two guards felt uneasy and anger flashed in their eyes. However, they did not dare to say anything and went to open the door immediately. Cheng Fei, Xue Shan, and the rest had grim expressions. They had lost their immortal strength and could not die even if they wanted to. Release the restrictions on them. One of the prefecture soldiers said. The expressions of the two guards changed. What's going on? If they were not felons, they would need to suppress their strength. Why did they release the restrictions? Cheng Fei, Xue Shan, and the rest were stunned and surprised. In fact, Zhao Mu had specially arranged this so that they would not offend anyone. This was to prevent the black-robed man, Lin Fei, from getting angry at them when he saw their miserable state. The few of you better not have any ideas. We've surrounded the entire place. Someone from above wants to see you. You better go obediently. That way, it'll be good for you, good for me, and good for everyone. As the leader, Cheng Fei was confused. Since when was the purgatory sect so easy to negotiate with? The people from the purgatory sect want to see us. Cheng Fei probed. I don't know about that. Take this elixir to recover from your injuries and follow us. You'll know when we get there. The prefecture soldier took out a healing elixir. Leader, what should we do? The few members did not know what was going on at all. We're all prisoners anyway. No matter who wants to see us, we'll know when we meet them. Cheng Fei was more straightforward. Since things had come to this, It was impossible for them to leave Immortal Wild City. They might as well meet them. The prefecture soldier released the restrictions on them and took the elixir. They recovered a lot, especially the elixir. Even Cheng Fei and the rest were shocked. Since when did the people from the city, Lord Mansion, become so kind? Chapter 906. North Region. 8 Corner City. It was a huge city with people coming and going. It was a scene of prosperity. 8 Corner City was a medium-sized city under the control of the Purgatory sect. Among all the cities in the Purgatory sect, it was located in a remote location and was not valued by the sect. Ever since the Purgatory sect mobilized a large force for the sake of a felon named Lin Fei, 8 Corner City, a city that was not valued by the sect, received a certain amount of attention. The Purgatory sect made 8 Corner City an emergency contact point and arranged for specific sect disciples to be stationed in 8 Corner City in case of emergencies. Junior Brother Chi actually sent a distress signal. That's unbelievable. 8 Corner City, in a grand palace in the city, Lord's Mansion. A white-haired young man stood up with a whoosh. His proud face revealed a look of surprise, and a flickering jade token appeared in his hand. Junior Brother Chi. He's always been insufferably arrogant. Plus, he has the support of an elder. He's never taken us elder brothers seriously. How could he possibly send a distress signal? Could he be mistaken? In the main hall, there were 5 to 6 young men and women gathered. The men were handsome and arrogant, while the women were beautiful and charming. There's no mistake, right? The young man and woman were Purgatory sect disciples. They were stationed in 8 Corner City to deal with unexpected matters. There must be a mistake. Maybe Junior Brother Chi is playing with us? Don't bother about him. Didn't Junior Brother Chi go to Immortal Wild City? A golden immortal at most is enough. Moreover, he's a Zenith Heaven golden immortal, who would dare to take the risk to attack a Purgatory sect disciple. There's no need for us to do anything. The young men and women did not seem to care much about Junior Brother Chi's distress signal. Senior Brother Tsang, you're our eldest senior brother. What do you think we should do about this? The few of them looked at an old middle-aged man. Junior brothers, we've been guarding 8 Corner City ever since we left the sect, yet we've accomplished nothing. That Lin Fei seems to have disappeared into thin air, wasting our time and delaying our cultivation. Could it be that you don't wish to return to the sect? Do you want to continue wasting your time here? The middle-aged man was their senior brother, a very mature disciple. His words could be said to have hit the nail on the head. Senior brother is right. It's really boring to stay in a place like this where even birds don't shit. But the higher-ups want us to stay in Bafong City. I'm afraid it won't be easy to go back. A disciple asked. Senior Brother Tsang's eyes were filled with disapproval. It wasn't easy in the past, but now it's easy. Junior Brother Chi has sent a signal for help. If we want to go back, we must help Junior Brother Chi. It's boring to stay in the same place all the time. Why don't we go to the Immortal Wild City to find out what's going on? Senior Brother Tsang is right. No matter what, Junior Brother Chi has a backer. If something bad happens and we don't do anything, it's hard to guarantee that his backer won't get angry. Immortal Wilderness City, Lord Mansion. Lin Fei sat on the throne in a carefree manner. On the ground of the ruins, young Master Chi was on the verge of death. He was old beyond recognition. Not long after, there was a commotion outside. We've finally arrived. Lin Fei stood up and walked out. The throne behind him dispersed and returned to normal. Captain, isn't this the City Lord Mansion? Could it be that bastard City Lord wants to see us? Outside the palace, a few people had solemn expressions as they whispered to each other. Let's go in. Cheng Fei had taken a pill, and his complexion had recovered a lot. Now he was confused. Did the City Lord change his mind? Big Brother Cheng. Without waiting for them to enter, the palace door opened. a young man in black walked out and stood in front of them. This voice is a little familiar. Cheng Fei was startled. Isn't this Lin Fei's voice? Then he shook his head and thought, this is the City Lord Mansion. How could Lin Fei appear here? Captain, Big Brother Lin, he's here. Xue Shan shouted and pointed at the door in front of him. He was extremely shocked. Cheng Fei looked over and saw a man in black walking up with a smile on his face. Big Brother Cheng, why don't you recognize me? Cheng Fei was shocked. He opened his mouth and said, why are you here? When Lin Fei saw Cheng Fei's missing left arm, a cold light flashed in his eyes. He walked up quickly and said, Big Brother Cheng, you've suffered. Big Brother Lin, you're really Big Brother Lin. I'm not dreaming, am I? Xue Shan ran up as if this scene was unreal. Brat, you're right. There can't be two of me in this world, right? Lin Fei said with a smile. He waved his hand, and a majestic celestial force surged out and enveloped everyone as if they were bathing in the spring sunshine. Hua! As the celestial force entered their bodies, the injuries on their bodies healed rapidly, and they returned to their peak state. Boom! Xue Shan shouted, Captain, I've broken through. I've finally broken through to the mysterious immortal realm. My arm. Cheng Fei was also in a state of shock. Under the nourishment of the majestic celestial force, his lost left arm grew back. With the vast and boundless celestial force, he broke through to the peak of the mysterious immortal realm. This, including Cheng Fei and the others, they all benefited greatly. Not only did their internal injuries recover, but their strength also improved by leaps and bounds. Although Lin Fei was only at the golden immortal realm, his celestial force was so majestic that even Zenith Heaven Golden Immortals could not compare to him. Just a little bit of celestial force could benefit them immensely. If it wasn't for the fear of spoiling things through excessive enthusiasm, Lin Fei could totally help them improve. City Governor's Mansion, Grand Palace. The City Governor's Mansion was directly expropriated by Lin Fei. No one dared to say anything. Little Lin, I really didn't expect that you would come to save us. There were many palaces in the City Governor's Mansion. Lin Fei directly changed to another place. Cheng Fei and the others took a long time to come back to their senses. Especially after hearing what was said, they almost couldn't believe it. In a short period of time, Lin Fei, who was originally a sky immortal, kept increasing his strength and reached the golden immortal realm. He could be considered a figure in the heavenly realm. With a wave of his hand, he raised their realm. This day was unimaginable to them. Big Brother Cheng, this is what I should do. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have to suffer. Lin Fei said sincerely. Cheng Fei was really overjoyed. He had broken through again in his realm that he had never broken through before. He even believed that it wouldn't be long before he became a golden immortal. This time, Cheng Fei really thought that he was going to die. They knew what the attitude of the people from Purgatory sect was. If they fell into their hands, they couldn't even kill themselves, even if they wanted to. In the end, God played a joke on them. Lin Fei miraculously appeared. They were like distinguished guests in the City Governor's Mansion. From prisoners, they regained their freedom, and their strength improved greatly. It was like a dream. It was too unreal. Little Lin, Big Brother is indebted to you for thinking so highly of me. I can break through again in this life. You are my great benefactor. Cheng Fei sighed. Although he thought that Lin Fei was an extraordinary person in the past, he didn't expect that he would go so far in such a short time. Boom! Boom! Suddenly, the City Governor's Mansion shook. Junior Brother Chi, who did this to you? Chapter 907. Who did this? City Lord's Mansion. On the ruins of the main palace, a bloody young man was tied to a towering stone pillar. The young man looked like he was over 100 years old. He was on his last breath, and his eyes were filled with despair. He had lost his spirit and was filled with a desolate aura of death that filled the area. This person was in complete despair. When senior brother Tsang and his junior brother saw the figure on the ruins, they were completely enraged. The wind and clouds changed color as black clouds covered the sky. Besides rage, there was also endless fear in their hearts. They knew better than anyone what kind of person junior brother Chi was. Their strength was about the same, but he had a high-level elder behind him. It was equivalent to having a towering tree behind them. They lacked confidence. Even though senior brother Tsang didn't like junior brother Chi, he wouldn't shed all pretense of cordiality. But seeing this scene, senior brother Tsang almost jumped in fright. If he didn't come, junior brother Chi would die, and the elder would be angry. Their group wouldn't be able to bear the consequences. They were truly enraged. Every purgatory, sect, disciple wanted nothing more than to kill the culprit. They were almost screwed over. Junior brother Chi, a great principal golden immortal, had his dantian destroyed. Who did this? Junior brother Chi, who was tied up, struggled. Whoosh, the group flew over. Junior brother Chi, who did this to you? I will definitely help you get revenge. Senior brother Tsang said in a low voice. Woo, 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 woo. Junior brother Chi couldn't speak. He struggled, and his eyes were filled with even more hatred. Senior brother Tsang, junior brother Chi's dantian was destroyed. The culprit is vicious and is clearly against our purgatory sect. A young man said with a voice transmission, We must get revenge. We must find the culprit. They were purgatory sect disciples. Seeing junior brother Chi in such a state definitely didn't feel good. Even though they didn't like junior brother Chi, they had to get revenge and find the culprit. The elder behind junior brother Chi doted on young master Chi a lot. If he knew that young master Chi's dantian had been destroyed, he would definitely fly into a rage. Who knows? He might even vent his anger on them. His rage was not something they could withstand. Capture the city lord and interrogate him. Senior brother Tsang ordered his junior brother to help junior brother Chi up. Senior brother Tsang also took some pills to suppress his injuries. Without saying anything further, he gave the order. Junior brother, you want to bury the entire immortal wild city with you? Chi Xiao recovered a little. Although he couldn't speak, he could at least express his opinion. If Lin Fei was his first enemy, then Deputy City Lord Zhao Mu's choice was the second. Chi Xiao held a deep grudge against him. Senior brother Tsang said, Junior brother Chi, don't worry. Senior brother will immediately raise a mere immortal wilderness city to the ground. Also, tell me exactly who attacked you. There's no need to ask. I'm the one who did it. At the end of the ruins, a black-clothed man walked out leisurely. Senior brother Tsang, he's Lin Fei, a felon of our purgatory sect. When Lin Fei appeared, he was immediately recognized. Chi Xiao's eyes were filled with resentment. He pointed at Lin Fei and made a killing gesture. Endless resentment soared into the sky. It was this Lin Fei who made him a cripple. His life had reached its darkest point. Right now, his only disappointment was that his senior brothers had killed Lin Fei to vent the anger in their hearts. Lin Fei was the #1 figure of the Purgatory sect for a long time. Even now, they still didn't know why the Purgatory sect would attack a heaven immortal. However, everyone in the Purgatory sect had heard of the name Lin Fei, but they had never seen this person before. Half a year ago, they only remembered this person because of the image of Lin Fei. Now that he really appeared, they were subconsciously shocked. Lin Fei was too young. It made them wonder if the sect had made a mistake. At this moment, the felon that the Purgatory sect had mobilized a large force to capture appeared in front of them openly. Junior brother Chi's injury was caused by you. Senior brother Tsang said coldly, his heart wild with joy. The felon that the Purgatory sect wanted to capture had appeared. Once he captured him, the higher-ups and elders would definitely admire him. At that time, it would be easy for him to stand out. Hey, Chi Xiao, you called too few people, but at least it's better than not having any. Killing you will be the first payment of interest. Lin Fei shook his head in disappointment. Only 5 people came. It wasn't enough for him to take care of them. It was quite disappointing. Senior Brother Tsang was in Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal who had comprehended the power of laws. He had never seen such an arrogant kid who dared to not take them seriously. Take down Lin Fei. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Apart from Senior Brother Tsang, the other 4 men and women activated their immortal force. Like rolling smoke, their power intertwined and shrouded the sky above the city, Lord's mansion. Too weak, Lin Fei strolled leisurely. The 100 Zhonglong demon god hand shook heaven and earth. The power of nearly 10,000 dragons slammed down from the sky, and a large area of the void collapsed. Puff, puff, puff. The 4 purgatory sect disciples' bodies exploded and the ground collapsed. What? He killed them all with one move. Senior Brother Tsang's eyes were filled with shock. Although his 4 junior brothers were not Zenith Heaven Golden Immortals, they were at least peak Golden Immortals. How could he kill them all with one move? Hey, Qi Xiao, the people you called are not very good. Lin Fei shook his head and slapped out again. Majestic divine power turned into a storm that filled the sky. It tore the void, and a large area of the building was destroyed and disappeared. I'll block! Senior Brother Tsang protected Qi Xiao and activated his immortal power. The power of laws interweaved and tried to block. Whoosh! The divine power storm blew over like the wind. The divine power storm tore apart a mere low-level power of laws. Senior Brother Tsang and Qi Xiao vomited blood. The divine power hit their bodies, and they struggled in despair. They fell into the storm and killed their way over. Lin Fei is so tyrannical. He killed the purgatory sect disciples with just a wave of his hand. In the void, Zhao Mu's forehead was covered with cold sweat. From the moment the purgatory sect disciples appeared, Zhao Mu watched from the side to see what was going on. But he didn't expect that this person called Lin Fei would have abnormal combat strength. Even he didn't have the slightest bit of confidence to fight after seeing the battle scene. If Lin Fei wanted to kill him, one move was enough. Zhao Mu was extremely bitter about this result, and then he rejoiced. Brother Lin actually killed a Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal. In another palace, Cheng Fei and his companions were dumbfounded by what they saw. The legendary Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal was as weak as a child in front of Lin Fei. It subverted their understanding. So the Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal was only so. Too strong. That's a high and mighty existence. Shui Shan's mouth opened so wide that a duck egg could be stuffed in. It feels great. I also want to become an expert, like Brother Lin. They knew that Lin Fei's combat strength was strong. Today, they saw it again and realized that it was even more terrifying than they imagined. It turned out that Lin Fei was so strong that even the Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal was not a match for him. After a while, Lin Fei returned. Brother Lin, you were so awesome just now. Shui Shan was young and energetic. He couldn't hide his joy. You killed a Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal just like that. Lin Fei smiled. You can do it in the future, I promise. Shui Shan's eyes lit up. Really? Of course. The next day, Lin Fei originally planned to send Qing Fei and the others away. Immortal Wild City was not a safe place. Unexpectedly, Zhao Mu, the Vice City Lord of Immortal Wild City, took the initiative to look for him. Young hero Lin, Qing Fei, and the others actually don't need to be sent away. Staying in Immortal Wild City is safer than anywhere else. What do you want? Lin Fei was slightly surprised by this result. Pardon me for asking, but young hero Lin should be the king-conferred genius Lin Fei from the Holy Heaven Academy, right? Zhao Mu asked this question, filled with admiration. This city, Lord Zhao Mu really had some ability to find out his identity so quickly. You're quite bold. Lin Fei's face darkened. Zhao Mu's forehead was covered in cold sweat. He lowered his head and said, "Young hero Lin, don't be angry. I didn't do this on purpose. I heard it from a friend and thought about young hero Lin's battle prowess. Other than a king-conferred genius like young hero Lin, no one else can match young hero Lin's strength." In fact, from the first day he met Lin Fei, Zhao Mu started to have suspicions. Thus, he found people to investigate overnight and finally came to a shocking conclusion. Lin Fei was the king-conferred genius from the Holy Heaven Academy, an influential figure. Zhao Mu was completely shocked. He finally understood why he didn't care about killing Purgatory Sect's people. He had the ability to do so. Purgatory Sect was powerful, but facing the #1 academy in the northern region. Holy Heaven Academy, it was like the difference between an ant and an elephant. With Lin Fei's identity, the Purgatory Sect was destined to suffer in silence, unable to complain. Zhao Mu realized that this was an opportunity that belonged to him. Currying favor with Lin Fei would be more effective than currying favor with the Purgatory Gate. Thus, he thickened his skin and came. "Looks like you're someone who knows how to do things." Lin Fei's expression returned to normal. "I hope that they won't be disturbed by anyone when I'm not around." Zhao Mu nodded repeatedly, feeling the pressure. "Young hero Lin, don't worry. I dare to use my head to guarantee that even if I die, I won't let anyone disturb them." Lin Fei left Qing Fei and the rest in a mortal wild city. Lin Fei wasn't worried that Zhao Mu would dare to do anything unless he was willing to run for his life. As for joining Purgatory Sect, as long as one wasn't an idiot, they wouldn't go against Lin Fei. He represented the Holy Heaven Academy, the #1 academy in the northern region. Lin Fei bid farewell to Cheng Fei and the rest and left Immortal Wild City. Big Brother Cheng and the rest should be safe in the city. Lin Fei used the sacred dragon step and looked ahead as if he wanted to pierce through the sky. "Purgatory Sect, I'm coming." Next, Lin Fei's target was the headquarters of Purgatory Sect. From Zhao Mu's mouth, Lin Fei obtained a shocking piece of news. Purgatory Sect was going to hold a sacred ceremony soon. It turned out that the old ancestor of Purgatory Sect had stepped into the legendary Immortal King realm and was holding a sacred ceremony to display the strength of Purgatory Sect. At that time, many sects in the northern region would arrange for people to participate in the sacred ceremony. Other than that, it was rumored that Purgatory Sect's backer would appear. Chapter 908, Purgatory Gate, a major immortal sect in the northern region. Its influence could not be underestimated. With a backer behind them, they could do whatever they wanted in the northern region, and all forces, big and small, had to give them face. Recently, Purgatory Gate was going to hold a sacred ceremony. It was time to show their strength again. Purgatory Gate had a great influence. In fact, thanks to the backer behind them, their own strength was not much. A half-step Immortal King was not enough to deter them. This time, Purgatory Gate's sacred ceremony had a different influence. An Immortal King had appeared out of nowhere. Purgatory Gate truly lived up to its name and had the right to speak in the northern region. At the Immortal King realm, they were truly ancient giants, dominating figures and completely qualified to establish their own sects. Among 1,000,000 Zenith Heaven Golden Immortals, there were less than 100 Immortal Kings. One could imagine that it was not easy to advance to the Immortal King realm. Countless Zenith Heaven Golden Immortals were stuck at this realm, trying their best but unable to advance. This time, Purgatory Gate had an ancient giant, peerless Immortal King realm. Naturally, they had to show off their strength to deter all the sects and families. On the way to Purgatory Gate, representatives from all sides appeared. "Yo, isn't this Elder Fong? Long time no see. You're going to Purgatory Gate to congratulate them." "Of course, I have to go to such a grand event." Purgatory Gate's sacred ceremony is a grand event in the northern region. I haven't seen anyone advance to this level in a long time. How can I miss out on such a good thing? On the way, people kept greeting each other. all rushing to Purgatory Gate. All the cities controlled by Purgatory Gate were glorious now. With an immortal king in charge, Purgatory Gate truly had the confidence to speak. When they entered the core area controlled by the Purgatory sect, the forces that went forward to congratulate them were like a school of carps crossing the river. There were so many of them that they couldn't be counted. What a Purgatory Gate! For this sacred ceremony, they put in a lot of effort and thought. I wonder if they will be so angry that they will vomit blood. Within the crowd, there was a black-robed man with long hair fluttering in the wind. His eyes were like stars, and he wore a black cloak as he mingled with the crowd. This person was Lin Fei, who had come all the way. When they arrived at the main area controlled by Purgatory Gate, all the forces in the northern region, big and small, seemed to start heading towards Purgatory Gate. Along the way, Lin Fei could practically hear everyone discussing the Purgatory Gate. Everyone knew about it. Hundreds of thousands of miles ahead, a majestic building appeared. Colorful flags fluttered in the wind, stretching for no less than 1,000,000 miles. That was the headquarters of Purgatory sect. When a large expanse of magnificent buildings came into view, immortal beasts flew past in groups in the sky. The blue sky was filled with white clouds, and the dense immortal energy was like colorful clouds. It was a paradise on earth. The people who came to visit along the way all descended from the sky. The representative of the Mountain River sect has arrived. Killing Rakshas's representative has arrived. Outside the mountain gate, both sides were lined with Purgatory sect disciples. There were a total of 18 of them, and they gave off powerful auras as they welcomed the group. The Purgatory sect is really generous. Just the people who are welcoming them are all Zenith, Heaven, Golden Immortals. The Purgatory sect has a backer. The Patriarch has broken through and become an immortal king. In the future, his influence in the northern region will continue to expand. When the representatives saw the Purgatory sect disciples welcoming them, they were all shocked. Other than the great immortal sects, ordinary sects rarely had the confidence to welcome them with a Zenith, Heaven, Golden Immortal. Purgatory sect's impression of them deepened once again. The representatives of the heavenly gates have arrived. Another representative appeared. Lin Fei was among them and didn't fight his way to the mountain gate. It would be unkind of him not to repay the Purgatory sect for hosting this sacred ceremony. It wasn't easy for him to come here. If he didn't leave them an unforgettable gift, then he wouldn't be Lin Fei. Brother, what do you think of me? Mingling in a sect, Lin Fei was questioned by a young man. I'm new here, so you naturally don't know me. Lin Fei answered casually. The young man didn't doubt him. No wonder you look unfamiliar. Lin Fei used the sacred dragon step and mixed in without leaving a trace. Almost no one in the heavenly gate noticed that there was one more person in their group. Moreover, he was trailing behind, so naturally no one noticed. Entering from the mountain gate, they entered the Purgatory sect. After arriving at the Purgatory sect, Lin Fei shook them off while no one was paying attention and returned to being alone. The Purgatory sect is really rich and overbearing. No wonder they can run amok in the northern region. Following the crowd, Lin Fei observed the surroundings. The overall strength of the Purgatory sect wasn't bad, especially the herb mountains. Many people stopped to admire the fragrance of the herbs. Have you heard? The sacred ceremony this time isn't just to celebrate the old ancestor, but also to select genius disciples to join the Purgatory sect. What's so good about joining a Purgatory sect? Can it be compared to the Heavenly Academy? On the mountain path ahead, Lin Fei couldn't help but listen attentively to the conversation of a few young people. Hee, you can't say that. The Heavenly Academy is the #1 academy in the northern region. However, its status has been declining recently, and it's no longer as powerful as before. The previous person said proudly, just the northern region's Phoenix Academy alone, apart from the Heavenly Academy. The other academies can't compare. This time, the Purgatory sect is actually recruiting genius disciples because they have reached an agreement with the Phoenix Academy. Anyone who joins the Purgatory sect can further their studies at the Phoenix Academy. There's such a good thing. The others were greatly shocked, and their faces revealed joy. They wanted to find out more. The Heavenly Academy, the #1 academy in the northern region, was already a thing of the past, and it was no longer as powerful as before. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Academy had produced many geniuses in the past 100 years, and it had the qualifications to catch up to the Heavenly Academy and become the #1 academy in the northern region. Many sects and families had privately designated the Phoenix Academy as the #1 academy and arranged for their disciples to further their studies there. This way, the Phoenix Academy's influence in the northern region continued to expand. Many almighty experts concluded that in less than 1,000 years, the Heavenly Academy would fall from its position as the #1 academy and abdicate. Once these words were spoken, there was an endless stream of people joining the Phoenix Academy. The difficulty of the recruitment kept increasing, and becoming a member of the Phoenix Academy had already become a matter of face. The Purgatory sect and the Phoenix Academy are working together. No wonder so many young elites came this time. Everyone sighed. Let me tell you another piece of news. The person smiled. I guarantee that you guys won't be able to imagine this news. This time the Purgatory sect's old ancestor will personally accept a disciple. Not an in-name disciple, but a true direct disciple. How about it? Excited, right? Wow, direct disciple! They were stunned once again. The Purgatory sect's old ancestor was going to accept a direct disciple. This was too exciting. Whoever became the direct disciple of the Purgatory sect's old ancestor was truly reaching the heavens in a single step. Not only would they stand out, but the family behind them would also benefit greatly. The Purgatory sect's old ancestor was accepting a disciple, and everyone was moved upon hearing the news. No one was willing to miss this opportunity. The old ancestor is accepting a disciple? Interesting. Chapter 909. The Purgatory sect's sacred ceremony was imminent. The representatives of the northern region sent people to congratulate them. It was a glorious scene. It's been a year. Did Lin Fei disappear into thin air? How am I supposed to explain this to the higher-ups? In a black palace of Purgatory sect, an angry shout broke the silence. In the eyes of outsiders, Purgatory sect was glorious and arrogant. The Purgatory sect master was in a bad mood and was venting his anger at several elders. Tomorrow the higher-ups will come. Our Purgatory sect has hundreds of thousands of disciples, but a mere sky immortal. We spent so much effort and gained nothing. How are we supposed to explain this? The Purgatory sect master was a middle-aged man with a full forehead. His face was dark and the temperature dropped. The elders all lowered their heads and looked at each other, not daring to respond. At this time, no one wanted to provoke the sect master's anger. They cleverly shut their mouths and let the sect master vent his anger first. Elder Mo, who said it was easy to take care of a sky immortal. The Purgatory sect master's gaze turned and landed on an elder. If you hadn't thought yourself clever, our Purgatory sect wouldn't have become a joke. The elder Mo opened his mouth to speak, but stopped in the end, his face dark. Purgatory sect, a large sect of the northern region, had been in such a mess because of Lin Fei. It was like searching for a needle in a haystack, but there was no trace of Lin Fei. It had never been so humiliating. The Purgatory sect master was in a very bad mood. Because of this matter, his superiors had scolded him multiple times. He himself was puzzled. Could it be that a little celestial immortal, a kid who could be easily crushed to death, could really fly into the sky and escape from the hands of the Purgatory sect? Tomorrow, when the higher-ups representatives came, the Purgatory sect master didn't know how to face them. At that time, he would inevitably be scolded. Sect master, it's actually not difficult to deal with the higher-ups representatives. The Purgatory Sect Master glared. Not difficult. Elder Mo, why don't you tell us? A gloating look flashed in the eyes of the elders beside him, but it disappeared in a flash. My disciple, Zhang Qi, sent a message a few days ago saying that he had caught a suspect and would soon be able to find Lin Fei's whereabouts. Elder Mo said in a deep voice, I believe that my disciple will be able to capture Lin Fei and bring him back soon. Purgatory, Sect Master's expression changed slightly. Is what you said true? Sect Master, why would I, Old Mo, lie to you? Elder Mo was the elder who supported Zhang Qi. That child, Zhang Ji, has a meticulous mind. It won't take long for him to find Lin Fei's whereabouts. At that time, Sect Master can also heave a sigh of relief and not have to worry about this matter anymore. Well done. The Purgatory Sect Master believed in Old Mo. His ability was obvious to everyone. Once your disciple brings Lin Fei back, he will have made a great contribution. The sect will definitely reward him handsomely. Elder Mo's face was filled with pride. Sect Master, rest assured. I will use my head to guarantee that nothing will go wrong. Sect Master, Phoenix Academy's Dean Ko is here. Hearing the disciples' report, the Purgatory Sect Master said, Okay, there can't be any mistakes in tomorrow's sacred ceremony. You can leave now. Yes, everyone said in unison. They turned around and walked out of the palace. Old Mo, you're not being honest. Catching Lin Fei is tantamount to making a great contribution. As soon as they came out, those elders started to make things difficult. They seemed to be congratulating, but in fact they were jealous. Elder Mo smiled and dealt with it easily. He couldn't help but reveal a proud expression on his face. He thought to himself, Little Qi is quite a good child and made me proud. When Little Qi returns, I might even leave a good impression in the eyes of the higher-ups. Ha ha ha, the next day, when the first ray of sunlight shone down, everyone in Purgatory Sect, regardless of gender, age and gender, started to move. The sacred ceremony that belonged to Purgatory Sect was about to begin. Wave after wave of people appeared and gathered on the square that Purgatory Sect had prepared. The big shots that couldn't be seen on normal days all appeared today. In order to welcome the big shots, Purgatory Sect specially decorated the square. It was quite festive. The representative of Dragon and Tiger Sect arrives. The representative of Blazing Flame Sect arrives. The representative of Heaven's Secrets Sect arrives. The representatives of the Northern region, whether it was the Sect Master or Sect Master, personally came to congratulate them. The disciples of Purgatory Sect were all high-spirited as they welcomed the crowd. The Phoenix Academy's Dean Ko arrives. When another group of people appeared, everyone's eyes lit up. They followed their gazes and looked at the group in front. Purgatory Sect has such a big face. I didn't expect Dean Ko to personally come. Extraordinary. Really extraordinary. Did you see that? The Purgatory Sect Master personally accompanied Dean Ko. Purgatory Sect and Phoenix Academy have reached an agreement. It seems that what they said is true. A Vice Dean accompanied by the Purgatory Sect Master. Ordinary people really don't have this qualification. The crowd quietly discussed whether it was the Purgatory Sect Master or the Phoenix Academy's Dean. They were existences that couldn't be ignored in the Northern region. This caused many people's eyes to be filled with envy. Purgatory Sect Master, Phoenix Academy's Vice Dean? In the crowd, someone casually glanced at them and then withdrew his gaze, no longer paying attention. Both of them are high-level, perfected golden immortals. Lin Fei thought, look at them. It seems that someone was right. There's something fishy going on. Phoenix Academy, if you insist on getting involved, then don't blame me for not giving you face. Lin Fei killed the Phoenix Academy's titled King Genius and made a 3-month agreement. There was no possibility of reconciliation. It was destined that he and Phoenix Academy would be enemies. Since that was the case, Lin Fei naturally didn't plan to be polite when he saw the people of Phoenix Academy. After all, they were enemies. Who asked them to collude with Purgatory sect? Previously, Lin Fei suspected that there was something fishy going on between the two. After seeing this scene, he was completely convinced that there was something fishy going on between them. The show has just begun. No hurry, no hurry. Lin Fei licked the corner of his mouth, his black eyes dancing with excitement. Dong, dong, dong. The loud sound began to reverberate over the square. The huge Purgatory sect, accompanied by the loud sound of drums, began to quiet down. On a wide high platform, several zhang high, a middle-aged man ascended the high platform. He looked down with a cold expression. This person was the Purgatory sect master. Behind the Purgatory sect master was a row of seats. On those seats sat the famous figures of the northern region. If they weren't sect masters, they were patriarchs of aristocratic families. There were dozens of them. I am the Purgatory sect master. The Purgatory sect master's voice was loud and clear. Welcome everyone to participate in Purgatory sect's sacred ceremony. I am very happy. Before I announce the start of the sacred ceremony, let us warmly welcome the Nether Palace's inner disciple, Luoshin, for taking time out of his busy schedule to participate in Purgatory sect's sacred ceremony. Nether Palace? What is this place? And this Luoshin, who is she? Many people came for the first time, so they didn't know much about Purgatory sect. But those who were familiar with it were shocked and widened their eyes. The Nether Palace actually sent an inner disciple here. The backing of Purgatory sect was the Nether Palace. The Nether Palace was one of the top 10 superforces in the Heaven Realm. It controlled a large number of sects and empires, a true superforce. Those who knew about the Nether Palace changed their expressions when they heard this name. It was a terrifying existence that could make the entire Heaven Realm tremble with a stomp of its foot. The Nether Palace, the backing of Purgatory sect, is the Nether Palace. Lin Fei sucked in a breath of cold air. The other party's background was beyond imagination. The Nether Palace was a superforce that occupied the central region. Why was Purgatory sect so domineering in the northern region? It turned out that the Nether Palace was supporting them from behind, a name that could make one's expression change. After Lin Fei joined the Holy Heaven Academy, he learned about the major forces in the Heaven Realm. There was a record of the Nether Palace. The Nether Palace had been passed down for millions of years. It was a true superforce. Any random genius from it could sweep through the heavens and become a true genius. Lin Fei could see everyone's expression change. It seems that the person who attacked me was from the Nether Palace. Lin Fei thought, only a huge force like the Nether Palace can mobilize everyone in Purgatory sect to deal with me, a mere heaven immortal with just a few words. Lin Fei didn't back down after knowing about the Nether Palace. No matter how strong the Nether Palace was, he would fight them to the end. Lin Fei licked his lips. The representative of the Nether Palace, I can collect some interest first. From this moment on, Lin Fei decided to fight the Nether Palace. He's here, he's here. Under the sky, a 30,000-meter long sky rainbow crossed over. This 30,000-meter long sky rainbow flickered with colors. It was boundless, and the end couldn't be seen. The sky rainbow was shining brightly. Roar! An earth-shattering roar made everyone's blood boil. They almost vomited blood, and their expressions changed. At the end of the heavenly rainbow was a colossus that was 3,000 zhang long. It was like Mount Tai as it crossed over, shaking the great void world. From the black colossus came a boundless, terrifying demonic aura. Chi waves rolled and shot up into the sky. All the immortal beasts of the Purgatory sect prostrated on the ground. The weaker ones were scared to death by the demonic aura. Oh my God, I'm actually seeing the legendary fierce beast, bloodthirsty black dragon. Bloodthirsty black dragon? A peerless, fierce, beast among the dragons? The kind that can slaughter the heavens once it appears? The Nether Palace is too terrifying. He's just an inner disciple, but he's stepping on a peerless, fierce beast. Isn't God Luo's strength a bit too terrifying? The demonic aura of the bloodthirsty black dragon surged. The enormous pressure made everyone circulate their immortal energy to resist. The big shots behind the Purgatory sect, Lord, all stood up. The bloodthirsty black dragon's body shrunk until it was 100 meters long. It stopped in the sky above Purgatory sect. On the back of the fierce beast was a purple-clothed young man with fluttering purple hair. He was extraordinarily handsome and had an evil aura on his face. He walked in the air with his hands behind his back. With every step he took, purple lotuses bloomed under his feet. Young Master Luo, welcome to Purgatory sect. The Purgatory sect, Lord, lowered his attitude. Even though God Luo was just an inner disciple, the Purgatory sect, Lord, didn't dare to look down on him. A random disciple from the Nether Palace couldn't be treated like an ordinary person. I'm busy and don't want to waste too much time. The purple-clothed young man was extremely cold. Chapter 910. P.S. Thank you, World Annihilation Sacred Sky, for the tip. The Purgatory Gate celebration ceremony drew cheers from the audience as the representative from Nether Palace appeared. After today's ceremony, all the sects and families in the northern region wouldn't dare to look down on Purgatory Gate anymore. With the Celestial King, the Phoenix Academy, and Nether Palace supporting them, they could do whatever they wanted. Especially when they saw the Purgatory Gate Master, who usually didn't give others face, fawning over the Nether Palace disciples like a dog. In the face of such great power, even a sect master was nothing. I announce the beginning of the ceremony. The Purgatory Gate Master was high-spirited. He looked around and saw everyone's expressions. He couldn't help but snort and think, humph. From now on, I'll see who dares to look down on Purgatory Gate. I'll suppress anyone who doesn't obey me. Bang, 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 brilliant fireworks exploded in the sky for thousands of miles, creating a myriad of colors. Whoosh, a majestic aura swept over like a boundless ocean. Everyone saw the black-robed old man walk out of the void. He had the demeanor of an immortal, and the aura of the laws revolved around him. A large disk of light hung above his head. Everyone held their breaths when they saw this aura. The Purgatory Gate Patriarch had really become an Celestial King. The holy light disk was the symbol of an Celestial King. No one dared to doubt it. Patriarch has reached the Celestial King realm. Welcome, everyone, the Purgatory Gate Patriarch said. Spring breeze bath. The Purgatory Gate Patriarch waved his hand and the holy light disk spun. Spring rain fell on everyone. Spring breeze bath. It's spring breeze bath. Ha ha ha. I've reached the middle stage of the golden immortal realm from the early stage. This is the 3000 immortal spell, Spring Breeze Bath. It's a long-lost immortal spell that can bring the dead back to life. The Patriarch's aura shot up into the sky. His majestic Celestial King energy covered the sky above Purgatory Gate. He used the 3000 immortal spells, Spring Rain, Merciful Ark of Salvation. Many of the people who came to congratulate him were blessed. They kept exclaiming, the Purgatory Gate was really generous. A lost 3000 immortal spell benefited everyone greatly. Only a Celestial King could use such a lost immortal spell. Dance, the old ancestor, descended from the sky and landed on the high platform. He politely greeted the Nether Palace before sitting down. Immediately, an empty space appeared on the square, and beautiful fairies walked up one by one, bringing with them a wave of singing and dancing that lingered in the air. The Patriarch of the Purgatory sect is really a Celestial King. He showed off his skills right from the start. His acting skills are pretty good. In the square below, Lin Fei raised his head and saw everything about the old ancestor. He even felt that the celestial force in his body had increased a little. An early-stage celestial king can be a good stepping stone. On the other hand, the one from the Nether Palace has a strange aura, and that bloodthirsty black dragon gives off a terrifying aura. The Purgatory Gate held the sacred ceremony. First, they had a backer behind them. Then their ancestors showed up, displaying extraordinary strength. It was a scene that they would never forget for the rest of their lives. The Purgatory sect truly had the right to speak in the northern region. No one dared to underestimate the Purgatory sect after seeing Patriarch Purgatory execute the 3,000 lost immortal arts. After singing and dancing to liven things up, everyone was filled with excitement and eagerness. The passionate scene began. The Purgatory sect's patriarch personally accepted a disciple. No one would miss this opportunity. This time, the Purgatory sect is holding the sacred ceremony to celebrate the old ancestors' breakthrough to the celestial king realm. Secondly, the heaven domain is now the world of the young. This is a good opportunity for all the young elites to gather together and compare notes. The Purgatory sect lord smiled. This time we will make friends through martial arts and compare notes. Don't overdo it. Anyone who can last 5 rounds will be qualified to become an inner disciple of the Purgatory sect and be sent to the Phoenix Academy for further study. If you don't want to join, you can receive a treasure from the old ancestor. 5 rounds to become a Purgatory sect disciple? Guaranteed entry? Everyone was excited again. The Phoenix Academy's qualification was hard to obtain. It was a sore point for everyone. Now, after 5 rounds, one could become a Purgatory sect disciple and go to the Phoenix Academy for further study. Who wouldn't be envious of such a good thing? The Purgatory sect lord turned around and walked to the old ancestor's side. Old ancestor, many young elites have come to congratulate us. It's a good time to strengthen the Purgatory sect. Old ancestor can also choose a few genius disciples. Congratulations, old ancestor Purgatory. After this, the Purgatory sect will rise to another level in the northern region. Dean Ko sat beside him and congratulated him with a smile. The old ancestor Purgatory stroked his chin, feeling very satisfied. Well said, well said. An arena appeared out of nowhere in the square. It was 100 jong wide and more than 10 meters tall. It stood in the center of the square. Everyone knew that their chance had come. Whoosh, a red shadow landed on the arena. I am Hua Lai from the Raging Flame sect. Who dares to fight me? The red silhouette exuded a scorching aura that burned the void, creating crackling sounds. Isn't it just the Raging Flame sect? I, the Dragon Tiger sect, will fight you alone. Let's see what you can do. Immediately, another elite flew onto the platform. The two of them started fighting immediately. Lai Hua from the Raging Flame sect was a mid-level Zenith Heaven Golden Immortal. His fire elemental divine ability was amazing. Together with the overbearing power of the law, he suppressed his opponent and forced the Dragon Tiger sect disciple off the arena. All hail the Raging Flame sect! On the other side, the Raging Flame sect was proud. They had won glory for the Raging Flame sect. I am Lu Quan from the Mountain River sect. Please give me some pointers. After one was defeated, the second immediately went up. The restriction on the arena was activated, and a new round of battle began. This Lai Hua from the Raging Flame sect has a good grasp of the law of fire. As long as he doesn't meet a strong opponent, he should have no problem surviving 3 rounds. On the square, Lin Fei thought to himself. He was not in a hurry to make a move. As expected, Lai Hua from the Raging Flame sect was overbearing. He had survived 3 rounds and was now on to the 4th. If he won the 5th round, he would be rewarded by the old ancestor, Purgatory. Who will fight me? Lai Hua was high-spirited. He was surrounded by raging flames. Today, I came to slap the Purgatory sect's face. It's my turn. Lin Fei licked the corner of his mouth. A cold light flashed in his eyes. He tapped his feet and flew up. Don't they want to take disciples? Dream on. Hee hee. However, at this time, besides Lin Fei, another young man in embroidered clothes also flew up. Kid, this crown prince is here. Who allowed you to come up? Get down. The young man in embroidered clothes was overbearing. When he saw someone coming up, he snorted coldly and waved his black whip. He wanted to send Lin Fei flying, not giving him a chance to explain. Get down here. When Lin Fei saw that the other party had dealt a heavy blow, intending to injure him, his heart turned vicious, and he became angry.